Welcome to a magnificent journey into the past. This is medieval time!
Oh, the dragon's balls were blazing as I stepped into his cave. Then I sliced his fucking cockles with a long and shiny blade.
I am Sid, my deadly mandolin.
I'm a wizard. When we play, we go all night. Eating Twizzlers. Got my spellbook piled high. Learning new tricks. Shooting lightning to the sky. Roll a d6.
Her gold-spun blonde hair spills past her alabaster shoulders like springs of honey mead. Her full, ample breasts are barely covered by a sheen of magical elven chainmail. Leather leggings hug her butter-supple loins.
I want to have sex with her.
So, you're walking through the forest and... What? A forest? We were in a dungeon. And what about the evil wizard who was zapping everyone? He's done. What? He's done zapping. Now move along. So, you're walking through the forest. Dungeon. Okay, dungeon forest. Whatever. You're walking along. And you're walking...
But that's a burden you choose to bear when you can bend the very laws of reality with the power of your imagination. That's a gift to be respected and feared.
He was 10 years old when his cousins introduced him to a game, Dungeons and Dragons.
As I was killing things, killing people, animals, the more I played Dungeons and Dragons, and the more I got involved in Satanism.
I'm telling you, these people are Satanists. As I sit here, they are Satanists. Look, the world is full of these kind of things. Look at this. Black masses, mutilations, mutilation.
It's still real to me, damn it!
Once they get in here, it's over, pal.
All right. Look at us. We're all here. Sith made it early.
Well, you know, I know how to make an entrance.
Cool. All right. So this is part 2 of our character creation. Me and Nola got it nailed down a little better than before, but hey, that's part of it. You know,
We'll see.
rusty, but we got Lewis ShadowRabbit here. What's happening, man?
What's good, boys?
Glad you're able to join us for this, and glad that you're excited for it.
Absolutely. Happy to be on the team.
Yeah, cool. We got Sithlordly down here.
I'm wondering if there's any class that Lewis can play that he gets to have Dungeons and Dragons explosives and grenades.
I told him we can make him a saboteur.
I was thinking about that too. I was toying with alchemy. But
Yeah, nothing is set in stone. What's established here, just like last time, we're merely going to teach you guys how to make a character, and you guys can, fix it up later. And we got at least a few weeks before we're going to do the first one. We have at minimum 2 more Star Wars ones.
I don't know. You're letting the freaking power pack in the Star Wars game, right? They're going to murder all of us.
So I've been talking with Wesley about that, and I really hope that the 3 of them start doing it, and we can do some crossover. I would love to have Wesley DM a game and me DM a game, and then have our people compete against each other.
That'd be awesome, man.
Not even to the death necessarily, but just compete for a goal together. That would be cool.
I can see Wes trying to corral them, the other 2, right? Joey and Kid. How long that will last and where it'll end up will be very entertaining to watch.
Well, as long as Wesley's got a group, like I said, as long as I have 3 players, then it's going to keep going. All right.
I know he could get Sean over there.
So yeah. Sean's going to guest with us at some point. He knows D&D. He likes it. I love having him around. He's going to guest with us, and we'll do that. So we got Sparks here, also going to be playing with us. We got Lady Sithlordly. I saw Johnny up in the chat a little bit ago. Not sure if he dipped out or if he's hanging out, but hey, Johnny, if you're there. And I think Phil and Caroline will be joining the chat soon. I told Phil that if we get to you guys in a timely manner and it's not too late, we can pop him on the stream for a few and touch some things up with him, because I know he had some questions. So, Phil, if you just hang tight, ask any questions in the chat, and I'll pull you in if we got some time. But let's go ahead and knock out Sithlordly and Shadows. You guys got your paper and pencil, right?
Paper and pen.
Pen is brutal, man.
Sith makes no mistakes.
I've noticed these are fillable too, so I could just have a digital character sheet.
I thought about doing that too.
You do know you have to alter stuff every time you level up, right?
Yeah, I just change it in the text on the PDF.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just saying, like what while you're playing, you're still gonna have to jot some things. So you might be printing up a sheet every other session.
Think of the trees, man.
I'm thinking of the whales, but okay.
Printing it on rawhide.
Yeah. Okay. So you see here, Nola has a sheet in front of you. He's going to give you a basic rundown of everything, and then we'll start doing some rolls.
I knew more about this when I was like 9 years old than now.
Well, you're getting ready to know more than ever.
That's okay. You were infected early, so you're good.
Yeah.
The Satanism won't affect you as much.
Well, I don't know. Lewis is on the panel, so.
That's true.
Come to the dark side.
All right, so we'll just start at the top and work our way down. Of course, here's your character name. Feel free to come up with that whenever you want. This next box, you've got your class and level, your race, your alignment, background, your own personal name in case you forget it, and keeping track of experience points.
Billy.
Right. Down the left-hand column right here are going to be all of your attributes. We'll go into all that. The next column over, you got your proficiency bonus, which is just a set number. You're going to use your attribute scores to come up with all of your modifiers for your skills and your saving throws. And then as we come over to the middle, your armor class, this is the number that Danny's going to have to roll to hit you. Your initiative, this is going to tell you what order we go in whenever we're into something that requires such a thing, such as combat. Speed, that's how far you'll be able to move. Hit points, how many times you can get hit before you die. Temporary hit points, if there's some sort of magical situation that causes you to have more or less hit points than you normally do. This is for saving throws and stuff. This little shaded boxes right here are for your weapons or possible spells that you may use often to inflict damage, so that you can write them right here so you don't have to keep bouncing back and forth between books and paper and all that kind of stuff. Down at the bottom, you've got all of these right here, which are for your gold pieces, silver pieces, copper pieces, and then a couple of other coins that are not commonly used anymore. Mm-hmm. This is going to be sort of like a miscellaneous box for features, traits, any sort of little thing that your character can do that maybe there's not a place for anywhere else on the sheet. And then this up here, this is just sort of like some background information. There'll be some different things in the back of the player's handbook that we can look at to give you some ideas for, different sort of backstories and that sort of thing. So,
and I want to say, please don't neglect to fill this stuff in because it will be relevant. Especially in the beginning, whenever I'm bringing your character in and introducing, you're going to want to have some stuff on hand to recite out of that, like your appearance and everything.
So I assume we're going to start off with what race people are going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay.
Why got to be about race?
It's always about race.
I thought we were over this race thing.
Let's just go ahead and be open about this. It's always about race. All right. So, Lewis, you're going to be a dwarf, right?
I am thinking a mountain dwarf, sir.
A mountain dwarf.
Mountain dwarf.
So
what's up, Chinmo?
I'm pretty sure most people were here the other day, but this is the player's handbook. This has all of the information that you'll need to make characters and discover any of the information that you need. So, and then Sith, you're going to be a drow still?
Yep.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Do either one of you have a player's handbook, or are we just working from nothing?
They both do.
Both do. For the second time in my life, this edition. I had it once and I sold it because I didn't have anyone to play with. And here it is again.
Right?
Change that.
I've been there a number of times.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, early on in the book, Chapter 2, you're going to come to races. And I'm going to go over dwarves since they're going to be the first ones to pop up. And Sith, you can just kind of follow along on the elf page. So it gives you all of the history of dwarves and that kind of thing. And again, more flavor text and that sort of stuff. What we're actually looking for is here. So, dwarf traits. You're going to want to keep track of these right now. So, clearly it says right here, your constitution score increases by 2 if you're playing a dwarf. So Shadow right now, or what I would do is I would go to Constitution in this column right here.
Yes,
and
sir.
then just put in pencil +2, like right here, so you don't forget that for when we do ability scores.
Just on the side of it?
Yeah, just something so you can keep track of that when we get to that part of the.
Okay.
All right.
Hi, baby. Love you.
Let's see. Dwarves mature. They talk about
say hi to my friends real quick.
What's up?
Oh, nothing. My son was running by.
Yeah,
He's waving at me.
Let's see him.
We had a rogue kid.
Nah, he ran west.
He's playing Pokemon. He's catching them all.
Catch them all. All right. So this goes on. It talks about age, alignment, size. So you get your speed right here. For dwarves, it's going to be 25 feet. For elves, it's probably something different.
Okay.
Sith, if you need anything, let me know. So your speed goes right up in the top right here.
Hi, buddy. You want to come in? Oh, hold on.
Okay,
Give me one second here. I'll make
I'm
a
supposed to be
cameo.
looking at the relevant elf section then.
Right.
Okay.
You should.
What's up, little Shadow Rabbit dude?
It's page 23 in the handbook if you need it. Look at that guy.
What's his name?
Hi.
Hello.
This is Dylan.
Dylan, what's up, Dylan?
Hey.
Dylan, you look absolutely nothing like your father.
This one doesn't. Okay, hold on. Sorry.
Hey, they got cats and dogs. You got kids. All right.
It's a flying baby.
That's how Lady Sith holds our dogs.
That's your ability?
Doing the Lion King every day.
She can fly. You want to come real quick? Come on.
Liz does that.
It's okay. Come on, quick.
Do either of them
You can show them their pictures. Come on.
Come on.
Show them your quick. Come on. It's okay, buddy. Come on.
Nice. What's going on there?
Look at that picture. That's amazing.
That's a blue sky right there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Kind of looks like Asia. Like the way Asia's shaped.
Huh. Yeah, it does look like Asia on the risk map.
Never get into a land war in Asia, by the way.
Don't do it in risk.
Or against the Mongolians in South Park.
Right.
Wow.
Or against the Sicilian when death is on the line.
Thank you. There's my princess bride. All right. So, Seth, you good? You see where we're at on your page?
I was following along what you're doing with
Sorry, I
dwarves,
got
but
distracted for a second.
now I'm on mine. So agility. I've got the agility score increase, right?
Yeah. So on your
it's
page,
a 2.
my dexterity right here. I'm just on the side.
Mhm.
Just go ahead and write that down when we do ability scores. You're going to get a plus whatever for your dexterity.
Okay. I can't put in that little circle underneath. What goes in there?
No, save that for later.
Okay.
Right now, we're just kind of going through, making sure everything's ready to when we actually start rolling dice and stuff.
So I got a +2 then, looks like.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I don't know if you're interested or not. Well, you are. You're going to be a drow.
Yep.
So once you go through, and we'll go through the rest of this stuff. So in the case of elves, you get your speed is 30 feet. You get dark vision of 60 feet. So when you get something like that dark vision, that's what that sort of miscellaneous box over here is for.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just write dark vision,
Mm-hmm.
I think I have that as a dwarf also, right?
Right. Yeah, we'll come back to it in just a sec.
Dark vision, 60 feet.
Senses for the elf. So you have a proficiency in the perception skill, Sith. So over here, you're just going to want to bubble that in right here where it says
right.
perception.
Mm-hmm.
Just fill in that little bubble right there so you know you've already got that one taken care of.
Okay.
Is
there anything on the line?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. So, and then you got your Fey ancestry. Like I said, what you're going to want to do is just kind of keep track of that stuff in that box. And what you might want to do is just write down the page number that it's on in the player's handbook.
I was just about to suggest, I watched a video today, and that's what the dude was doing.
Yeah, in case you need to go back and look it up. So, and then in your case, Sith, if you flip the page, Sith is going to be playing a dark elf or a drow. So he's actually got some other additional things that can be happening.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to get a charisma score increase of +1 as well. So
that's what helps spine ticks.
right?
Yeah.
That's the whole reason I'm still around.
my +1 charisma.
That's right. So yeah, same as you did with
+2 clipping.
Same as you did with the dexterity up there, Sith, by charisma. Just put a +1 off on the side so you can remember that.
Got it.
And you actually have superior dark vision, so it's going to be 120 feet instead of 60.
Damn, I already wrote 60.
Yeah, see, pencil.
Ink is the enemy of D&D.
Fun fact, I have a callus on my middle finger from all the writing in pencil I did during D&D in my youth.
Well, that back up.
Yeah.
Flex that muscle.
There's another thing there, sunlight sensitivity. Because you come from a world that's underground, you're going to have some disadvantages when you're in direct sunlight. Just keep track of that. Drow magic, the dancing lights cantrip, so that sort of thing. And then you have drow weapon training as well. So you have proficiencies with rapiers, short swords, and hand crossbows. So down here on this bottom box,
I see.
Just write, those weapons that you have a proficiency with. Now we'll go back to dwarves. All right. So Lewis, you are the regular dwarf. Let's see. Like I said, you get your Constitution +2, your speed, dark vision, 60.
Okay.
Dwarven resilience. You have an advantage on saving throws against poison. So again, that's just going to be one of those things you want to keep track of.
This is in the features and traits.
Yeah. And like I said, put a little page number. That way you can look it up and go back through it later. You, of course, have Dwarven combat training, so you have proficiency with those weapons that it lists right there.
Okay.
So, again, just keep track of those kind of in this little box over here.
Okay.
On the bottom left corner.
That's other proficiencies?
Yep.
Okay.
You also have tool proficiencies, stone cunning. Again, you can look out, just write all that down, and then you can go back and fill it in later. Just write a little synopsis on what each one does, and that way you can keep track of it. So let me know when you're kind of caught up.
Okay. I'm caught up. I wrote down the page number and said, do the...
And then you're going to be a mountain dwarf, you said, right?
Yes, sir.
So you get an additional strength score of +2. So same thing where you did your Constitution earlier, right next to strength, put +2.
Yes, sir.
And your Dwarven armor training, it's you have proficiency with light and medium armor. So go back down to that little box on the left-hand corner and make a note of that.
Okay.
Anything so far, Danny? We good?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just keeping up with the chat here. There's
no worries.
Fielded.
Oh, by the way, for Sparks and Phil, and if Caroline is here, we did have a misunderstanding of how this works the other day. So you actually, like Caroline was saying when she was doing her stats and her bonuses, they do stack. So you get anything that's under the regular, be it whatever class you were, I don't remember, plus whatever your sub race is. So go back.
Her reading comprehension defeated us. Like we were mistaken.
Yeah, we were failing on spectacular levels. All right. So both of y'all are kind of with me so far?
Yes.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, next step. What are you gonna be?
Well,
a fighter, you're gonna be a barbarian, you're gonna be a wizard.
Barbarian.
So up at the very top, go ahead and fill that in. Right up here. And Sith, you are...
Well, I hear there's like 20 million rogues, so I guess I'll be a fighter because I'm trying to play something that's similar to my real, my outlook on life. Yeah.
Just to let you know, if you do decide to play a ranger, I would love for you to do that because I've never had a ranger play in my group.
I'm just thinking, I like nature as far as the next guy, but if I got to role play, I'm from LA, so I'm used to like fighting and brawling.
Fighter's good.
And and
myriad
rogue
of weapon
too. So it's
skills.
like, yeah, ranger. My role play might be like, hey, that's a very beautiful flower. We must, I don't know.
Yeah, we have 2 rogues. We have no rangers though, so just keep in mind. And same goes to you, Lewis. If you decide you want to roll up a ranger later,
I was kind of looking at ranger, but I figure we need some hand-to-hand combat in this crew.
About that because the ranger in the player's handbook was modified. They realized during playtesting that it was broken, so there's a better version of it.
And broken not in a fun way, broken in a it's not very good way.
Broken in a like with the wizard, you know how you start off really bad and you progressively get better. With a ranger, it's broken to where as you level up, you're not doing any better. You're actually doing worse.
Yeah.
Sounds like real life. Yeah, no, I'll do fighter.
All right. So fighter is on page 70 of your handbook. And
so shout out to Sean Miller. He's actually following Lewis and making a character similar to his right now.
Do I have to grow that hairstyle too? Like the
It is required.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you need the beard.
Well, I had a beard and Lady Sith made it come off. But I'm getting
the gold beads on it though. I'm
getting a hockey mullet back here.
Right.
So I think I'm gonna keep letting it go, man. Why not?
That's If the camera was facing me, I'd show you how that's worked out for me, and I could probably, change your mind in an instant.
The girlfriend still visited you, right? So
Yeah,
not that bad.
Yeah, but between the hair and sitting here playing D&D,
she cut the visit short.
It's looking pretty tenuous.
But Ripley loves you,
right? That's really all that matters.
Yeah.
All right. So fighters are on page 70. Barbarians are on page 46.
Yeah, I mean, me and Lewis are pals, right? Fighter and barbarian hanging out.
Oh, it should be real.
Get stuff done, man.
Yeah, man.
Everyone else can blast them with lightning and stuff from the back.
Yeah, we're out brawling, bro.
Steal their wallets.
So let me get this straight real quick. Lewis, you're picking basically a player's handbook barbarian that will change at level 3 based on those other things you found, right?
I think it's going to take that long, right? Yeah.
That's right, Lewis or Nola?
Yeah.
I believe it's, yeah.
He'll start as a barbarian, but it's a subtype of barbarian that will change at level 3. That just want to make that clear.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I was trying to understand how to actually make what I'm looking to do happen, but if that sounds good to you guys, then I'd like to try to pursue that.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I defer to your expertise.
I am down. I can work with any player's 5e character. If you come in as something totally off the wall, but it fits the system, I'll let you do it.
All right.
All right.
I literally Googled most suicidal classes to play in 5e.
I wouldn't do all that, but
fall on the alchemy bomb, right?
A little different, but it's more like I'm just the cannonball.
Nice.
All right. So for each of your classes, you're going to have a chart like this. This just sort of shows you your progression of how it's going to go through the course of your character's run. So at each level, you kind of gain some stuff and move ahead, and that chart sort of shows that. What we want to focus on is down here where it says class features.
Oh, I see.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go through that. Your hit die, first of all. Your hit die is going to be in this little box right in the middle right here. So I'm doing a cleric while you guys are doing this. So in my case, it's 1d8.
Okay.
So just write that right there so you know what your hit die is going to be.
Just hit dice, the first one?
Yeah, it's just so you can keep track of what you're going to need to roll the next time you level up.
Okay.
How's it going?
So just write 1d10?
Yep. Perfect. I think in the Barbarian's case, it's 1d12, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you have the largest starting hit die.
That's why he's the cannonball, and I'm just going to be behind him, whacking at people's knees.
Whacking at people's knees.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right, so what we're doing, instead of rolling at level 1 for hit points, we're just going to take the max on the die. So
Nice.
You're just going to take, your hit points are going to be, as it says right there, in your case, 10, in your case, 12, plus your Constitution modifier. So
Okay.
hang out on that one for a sec, because we don't have our Constitution modifiers yet, but just keep that in mind.
In the current hit points?
Yeah, exactly. So just keep that in mind for when we get back to after we do ability scores and all that kind of stuff.
If only the kids had Zoom schooling like this, man, everybody would do real well in distance learning.
Right?
I'm having a good time.
All right. So under your hit points are some more proficiencies that you're going to have, different weapons and that sort of thing. So again, just keep track of that stuff in this box over here.
Okay.
Man, what am I writing in there? Like the 10 plus your Constitution modifier? What is it? Oh,
Nope. In this bottom box, what you're doing is right under the hit point section where it says proficiencies.
yeah. Okay, so all armor, shields, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, whatever kind of armor and weapons and that sort of thing that you're allowed.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you get past that, you're going to see a little thing that says saving throws.
Okay.
All right. So what you're going to do is go up here to this little box and bubble in whatever those 2 saving throws it has you listed for. And those are going to be the ones that you're strongest against, essentially.
We got 12 people up in here. This is bigger than the last one.
I'm sorry, where does it say that, Nola?
Hold on one sec, my friend.
Well, Wizards of the Coast are actually here, and they're making sure you're adhering to the rules, or they're going to burn the books.
Right.
All 12 of them. There are actually 12 wizards.
Yes.
All right. So, Lewis, under proficiencies, first you had like equipment and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right underneath that, it says saving throws.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what you're going to want to do is go up into this little box where it says saving throws.
Okay.
And then bubble in whichever one of the 2 it lists.
We got Mitchell, Caroline, and Allstrands just made an appearance.
Oh.
What's up, guys?
Caroline
Johnny's back.
Allstrands, the kid collector in 20 years.
I love that. I can't believe I thought of that. Like on the top of my head, and like it's awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say I just saw Sparks say it too, but I feel the need to mea culpa in person, Caroline.
Mm-hmm.
You were completely right about how these stat boosts work. So you get whatever your basic racial bonuses are plus your sub race.
Yeah,
so you were dead on right. We were wrong.
Caroline, your reading comprehension defeated our rusty memories. I'm going to let that mistake translate over into the game, and I want you to go ahead and give your character 1 inspiration point.
Wow.
I'm actually serious. You'll be the only one who starts with an inspiration point.
What does Sparks get?
Not getting his ass handed to him in the first session.
Oh, so it was only Caroline. It wasn't Sparks' line.
No, it was Caroline. So Caroline seems pretty excited about that. So awesome. I don't give inspiration very often. Okay, all of you may get 1 or 2 during.
Play that back. I don't give inspiration often. You demoralize us is what you do.
All right, so right under the saving throw portion, it shows you skills, and it's going to say choose from this list, however many.
Okay.
Okay. So underneath the saving throw bubble that you bubbled in a second ago are all of your skills. If you have any questions about what any of those might be, let me know. And on your character sheet,
animal handling after alcohol.
Exactly. In very faint coloring, you'll notice that each one of these skills is attached to one of your statistics. So basically, you kind of want to try and master. You want to have skills that you have high stats in. Mm-hmm. So Sith as a fighter and Lewis as a barbarian, you're both going to have high strengths and constitution. So you probably want to sort of.
I was thinking athletics and acrobatics.
Something acrobatics is dexterity. Athletics is strength.
Perception.
Perception's always a good one to have, but that's tied to your wisdom score. So, yeah, perception's always good. It can't hurt.
How many do we get?
It should tell you. Where it says skills, it says
okay,
choose some number from these.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
I just bubble them in.
Yep. For now.
Okay.
Good?
Yes, sir.
Super.
I see how you're approaching this, Nola. You're putting the numbers last.
Yeah, it's just I think it's gonna be easier that way to go through. That way we can just go through the handbook step by step and
and then when they roll, they'll be on their way as soon as they get their numbers jotted.
Exactly.
That's a great idea.
So right under the proficiencies is your equipment that you can start with. And it's going to give you some choices for each of your classes. So for example, I'm looking at the page for a cleric and I can pick a mace, a warhammer, or a warhammer. I can pick scale mail, leather armor, or chainmail if I'm proficient in it. And if you wrote down your proficiencies over there, you'll be able to look over there real quick and see exactly what it is that you're capable of using.
Mm-hmm. And isn't there there's a bonus, right? Like if I chose leather armor, isn't there like a dexterity bonus over like plate or chainmail or something? You know what I mean? Like something that's lighter.
Yeah, but it just kind of depends on what class you're playing as to whether that really matters.
Yeah.
There's some classes that
you can wear something like that.
Yeah, there's some classes that benefit from having a higher dexterity and a lighter armor, and then there's some classes like Barbarian. I think has a very weird armor thing. They're like, something.
Yeah.
I haven't played a Barbarian in a while, but
in Sparks' case, being a wizard prohibits him from wearing armor unless he does something specifically later on to train it up to where his armor won't affect his magic.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, as a fighter and a barbarian, you're going to want to pick whatever your strongest one is, and we'll go over that in just a sec. But
for the equipment, so I'd probably go with a great axe.
Yeah.
All right.
And like I said, we'll go just write something down for now, and then we'll go back and you can finagle it later once you're more familiar with what weapons do what and where they are in the handbook and that kind of thing.
Okay.
All right.
You can choose 1A and 1B from the equipment.
Yeah, basically each one has like it'll say like you can pick this or this or this or this.
Okay, can you pick 2As? Like if the first bullet point, that's got A and B, and the second bullet point, can you do?
Yeah.
Either one. Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at Barbarian, so give me 1 sec. I'll let you. So yeah, you can pick like a great axe and 2 hand axes if that's what you want to do.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't looked through all of the different simple weapons, but
yeah, like I said, we can go. This is stuff that you can kind of finagle with once you have a more concrete idea of what your character wants to do.
Okay.
And then fighter.
Under the equipment, how it's got like the little bubbles there. Is that is there a bonus that's going in there? So
that's going to be where you keep track of your cash.
Okay.
Again, if you notice on the left of those bubbles, there's a very light, faint gray.
Oh, right. Yeah, copper, silver, electrum,
gold, silver,
palladium.
electrum, gold, and platinum.
Okay. Gotcha. Where does the armor go?
Again, just write everything under equipment for now.
Okay.
Trying to bounce back and forth between fighter and barbarian, so.
Yeah, where is the actual armor for? It just says proficiency is light armor, medium armor, shields.
Exactly. So that's not something you'll really want to worry about right now. Just keep that in mind. And when you can do stuff off camera, whenever you're on your own time, just find a type of light armor or whatever that you want to put in there.
Okay.
We're going to get the core essential stuff in the time we have here.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, you guys are getting the accelerated.
There's plenty more you guys will be able to put in on your own. But you want it that way.
I need Nola to hold my hand the whole time. It's better.
He's leading us through here very, very smooth, very digestible.
Yeah, I like it. It's like a theme park tour guide.
All right. So after you get your equipment writ down, wrote, whatever.
Writted.
South, I can do whatever I want. So, after your equipment in the player's handbook is going to be some other things that your class has abilities in. I'm going to start with Lewis. So, Lewis, you have Rage.
Okay.
I'm not real familiar with barbarian mechanics, so I'm going to read through it real quick, and we'll just kind of figure it out.
Okay.
In battle, you fight with primal ferocity. On your turn, you can enter a rage as a bonus action. While raging, you gain the following benefits if you aren't wearing heavy armor. You have an advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. When you make a melee weapon attack using strength, you gain bonus to that damage roll. All right.
Yeah, I was just going with Berserker basically was what I was thinking.
That's pretty much what this
maxing out
is.
rage and everything like
that's
that.
pretty much what this is. And then the subclass you're going to be going into is all about that, from what I read. So eventually, that's going to be like your key. You know, you're going to be a little rage monster covered in spikes, just throwing yourself at people.
But he's
like
stout.
I said, I want to be Danny DeVito Wolverine,
right?
Ripping big dudes up, and it's all good.
Nice.
Is that under attacks that I put this down?
I would write that down under features and traits for now. And again, put the page number, and then we can go back and figure all this out, how it exactly works. Danny might have a better idea how rage works. I've never really dealt with it. So.
I had someone in my last campaign use rage.
So there you go. You and Danny can talk about that and figure out exactly how that works itself out. Essentially, it just allows you to be a damage-dealing maniac for like a minute.
That
sounds accurate to him.
Right? So the other thing that you have going at the beginning is Unarmored Defense.
Okay.
So while you are not wearing any armor, your armor class equals 10 plus your dex plus your constitution. So that's why you don't have any armor listed in your section, is because you're probably going to want to go with as little armor as possible, because it sort of plays into that whole barbarian ideal of, you know, I'm Conan with a loincloth in 6 feet of snow fighting a polar bear.
Okay. And then as I level up, I can start to adapt the other things I was looking at.
Yeah, exactly. From then on, reckless attack is second level, and then you'll gain some other stuff. So, but starting off, you've got rage and unarmored defense, and we'll go over armor class and stuff here in just a sec once we get some numbers to go with all this stuff. And then Sith, you have to choose a fighting style.
Yeah.
You have archery, where you can gain a +2 bonus to attack rolls you make with ranged weapons. You can do a defensive style, where you gain a +1 bonus to AC if you're wearing armor. Dueling, which is wielding a melee weapon in one hand. So it's just one-handed fighting, basically.
With a shield in the other?
No other weapons is all it says. So, yeah.
Or great weapon fighting.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, or 2-weapon fighting. I'm thinking like Warcraft mechanics now, right? I think it's a good 1-2 punch, right? Lewis has got a great axe. If I have a great sword, we're like back there, like bashing. We're like Hans and Franz.
Yeah,
to pump you up.
Lift up triangle-shaped weights.
So yeah, again, go through those. Pick whichever one you feel like is going to be the kind of character you want to play in the long run.
Yeah, I think great weapon fighting.
Second wind, you have a limited well of stamina that you can draw on to protect yourself from harm. You can use a bonus action to regain hit points equal to 1d10 plus your fighter level. Once you use this feature, you must finish a rest before you can use it again. That's cool. So basically, you in combat have the opportunity to just randomly gain hit points back.
If you ask Lady Sith, I got a different kind of second win, usually after eating tacos.
Is it? Yeah.
I wasn't sure where that was going, but
I wasn't either. I thought it was going to be a sexual thing, but it ended up being a fart thing. So
yeah, but dudes, it's always a fart
classier route.
I guess it could be both. I mean, I don't know what you're into. All right. So then, yeah, the rest of your stuff all kicks in at second level or higher. So pick a fighting style and then note that second win deal.
Where are we putting that?
I would put it under the features and traits. And again, just kind of, I would keep the page number with it, and then you can come back and fill that in however you want to fill it in so that you can keep that at the ready.
Right. At the ready.
All right. So, Danny, I think that's pretty much everything other than starting to do some numbers.
Exactly. Yeah, that was a great way of approaching it. Every time we teach people, let's do that.
Done.
Cool. See, Nola is going to be basically my co-pilot DM. I learned a couple years ago that I prefer to have one of those because my strong suit is not character creation unless I'm doing it for myself. I can roll up NPCs all day, but there'll be things throughout the game that Nola might know that everybody else doesn't know to help facilitate things. But for the most part, he's still going to be a player too. But co-DMs are a good idea if you're playing with a larger group. Okay, so rolling wise, you guys got your dice ready?
I got a dice roller app on the phone.
So Nola's going to draw up some columns here. He's going to do 3 columns. And one is the standard array, which is found in your player's handbook, which he's writing up right now. What is it? 18?
15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8.
Yeah, so make your first column that.
15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8.
Yep.
Oh.
Where am I writing that?
Anywhere.
No,
not
not
on
your
a scratch piece of paper.
Scratch paper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or the back of something.
Yeah. Or the back, yeah.
This is going to determine your stats, and you're going to want to put the stats you roll up against the standard array.
So what is that? 15, 14, 13,
12, 10, 8.
Yep.
Okay.
So you're going to be rolling 4 d6s. You can roll them all at once on those digital apps.
Oh,
whatever you do, don't throw them in the fire. You'll catch a demon face.
No, I want the demon face. Roll 4 of them?
Yeah, we're going to be rolling 4 at a time.
You're going to do one column at a time. You're going to roll 4, and you're going to take away the lowest number and then take the total of the highest 3.
So like basically like that, right?
I can't see it. Oh, yeah. So subtract out the smallest number.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So I got a 10.
So
okay,
here, I'll do it right here just to...
Yeah, he's going to demo it.
So I would go pull out one of those 2s, so that leaves me with 10.
Okay.
And then I would start my next column. And then you're going to do that 6 times for each column.
Okay.
Basically, you're going to match each of those numbers you did with another number.
Okay. And just take out the lowest one?
Yep, just take out the lowest one each time.
Now, do those have to go to pre-assigned stats, or then do you assign them to the...
You're going to assign them wherever you want them.
Got it.
Wow, a bunch of 2s. That's lovely. If I was playing Yahtzee, I'd be winning.
Okay. And then do the 3rd column as well?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Once you get it down pat, it'll be as quickly sped through. So the idea of this is that you're getting 2 options yourself, and the standard array is to save you if you absolutely bomb.
Okay.
That's why, I was waiting to name my character to see if they're going to die quickly or not. Then I would just give them a crap name.
You're not going to die quickly. I don't play that way. I'm not like horrendous.
Make you suffer.
There is a legitimate threat of death, but I don't obliterate people.
Because I have all these great Warcraft characters that I've made over time and with great names, so I don't want to waste it on a GIMP character.
All right, so let me know when you got all 3 columns filled out. It should look
All right.
something like that.
Yeah.
Last one rolling.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Perfect.
Can you zoom in a little bit, Nola? Is that possible so I can see your numbers? Okay, so if you look at Nola's set here, okay, he's got the standard array, right, which is what the book provides. Now, you got these 2 columns over here where it looks like the best one is the 3rd column. That's probably the one Nola's going to choose because I know his style at this point. Okay? Am I right about that, Nola?
I do like balance.
Huh?
I do like balance.
Yeah, so that's more about that. So you got you can beef up your positive traits, like the things you have that are advantages to your character, by doing ones that are like slanted, like way high. Like see that middle column? You'd be putting 13. What is that? 16 or is that a 10?
16.
Okay, so you'd be like 16, 13, 13 would be like for your 3 top things, and then those crappy ones, like the 6 and everything, would be to your weaknesses. So that would be kind of like You're only beefing up your strength, not worrying about your weaknesses. Now, the third column is all about balance. You'd be doing 17, 14, 13, 13, 14, 13. So you would be balanced even where you're weak, right? And if either one of those were bad, you'd be going with the standard array. I would not recommend Nola pick his standard array. I'm going to vote for him to go with column 3.
Do we ever get to? Do these stats ever bump up over time or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get to, so yeah, but you won't use these numbers again after. So I'm looking at Lewis's. Lewis has a similar situation, but his aren't as high, right? Let's see. 17, 13, 12.
I would say just because of the kind of character Lewis wants to be, he's going to want that 17.
Yeah. So I'm going to say also column 3 for Lewis. Yeah, I would say that as well.
Okay.
Because you're going to want to plug that into your strength so that you can like really maximize the damage that you do.
I like Wes's comment about dropping a beholder on us in the first 5 minutes.
See, okay, we'll get
second game
more in our session 0 that we're going to do. We're going to do a session 0 for the first game. And I'm going to explain more, but just a sneak preview. In my games, magic is more rare, and crazy creatures like that are more rare. So they matter more, and so the magic matters more, right? And there's humans more in the world. It's you guys are going to stand out a little more. People know about elves and they know about drow, but they don't see them all the time. I mean, depends on where they live. It's regional, right?
Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking my middle column sucks. And I don't know if you can you see that? No.
Can I see it?
How about now?
No, I don't see anything.
Well, I'm like blanking out my screen trying to hold it up.
Okay,
there you go. It's just not in the screen. It's
Move
just
it
not in
down,
the camera.
down just a little bit. There you go.
To the right, and then up slightly.
To your other
To
right.
the left, rest, I guess.
For viewers.
Yeah, it's mirror image.
Back. No, he had it.
Move it to the left. Left.
Move it up.
Left. Stop.
Yep.
Now lift it up just a little bit. There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So with yours, let's see, 14. There.
My left.
I'd probably take the standard on his.
Yeah, do you want like a balance, or do you want to just beef up your shit, basically?
Well, I mean, first of all, I'm not trying to hook up with anybody in the game, so I don't care if my charisma is shit. It seems like the strength should be the best, right? I don't have a 15 in the other. I have a 15 in the array, but not in the other one. But the other one seems a little bit more balanced.
I'm gonna agree with Nola also on this one. I would go with the standard array.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because again, like I could give that 8 to charisma or something because I'm not trying to. I don't need to be the one bribing anyone or hooking up in the game, so I could be ugly as fuck.
By the way, shout out to Lady Traveling Root Beer in the chat.
Yeah, she's in the kitchen working on soaps, and she jumped in the chat.
Yeah, like how do you do an at with those characters at Liz? You
can't that's your foreign. It's your native language.
I don't have kanji on my keyboard, man.
Hang on a second. I don't even think she's still on there. Let me go check. Hey, are you still in the chat? Yeah. Okay, perfect.
I'm the only one on the streams that actually met Liz in person. And the first thing we did was go to In-N-Out Burger. And then the comic shop.
Little double animal style?
Yeah, I forget what she got. We did that. We went to the comic book shop. Root Beer filmed that. I ran that on Spine Ticks. Nice. We hung out at my condo for quite a bit, and then we ended up going to like this pizza place and ice cream place when you and Liz came out here.
So she's handling hot soap, so don't expect her to reply quickly. Like she's got her in like gloves right now.
Oh, does she make soap?
She started doing it recently. She sews, she makes soap, she does all kind of stuff.
Dope.
All right.
Dedicated sewing room over there.
Nice. She can make us D&D outfits to wear.
So here comes the part where we finally figure out what kind of character you're going to be. So we're going to assign those numbers from whichever column you chose to each one's going to go into one of these little areas right here. And just again, to do a quick recap, strength is pretty obvious. That's your ability to be physical. It's also your ability to deal melee damage. So if you're going to be an upfront sword axe guy, that's your number one stat. Dexterity is agility. That's for your rogues and people that want to be more agile and nimble. Constitution is your brawn. It's also what's responsible for determining your hit points. So that's another one that you guys are going to really want to bulk into. Intelligence, we all know what that is, although we all have a lack of it. Wisdom, again, the difference between wisdom and intelligence is generally described as the
street smarts,
book smarts versus street smarts. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and then charisma, like Sith was saying, it's not about physical beauty. It's about your confidence. It's about your ability to walk into a room and influence people just by being you, basically. You know, whether that's through intimidation or
like spine tick Sith.
Exactly. So, so again, you guys are really going to want to focus on Constitution, Dexterity, and Strength. Strength being number 1, probably. Constitution being number 2, Dexterity being number 3.
Okay.
Would be my guess. Unless and the only reason you would want your Dexterity to be higher is if Sith would have picked like a ranged weapon thing. Bows rely more on Dexterity than Strength. So
does anyone have a ranged weapon besides the rogues?
Sparks, doesn't he have like magic and
Yeah, Sparks is our ranged weapon.
That's true. Yeah,
Sparks is our ranged weapon.
What is an average stat?
10.
Okay.
Do we add in our modifiers?
So again, here we are at this point. These numbers that you put off on the side, this +2 or +1 or whatever you had, now is when you want to add that in. So add that to whatever number you've decided to put in that box.
So add the total up?
Yep, just combine them, and you can get rid of that plus number after that, because that's going to be your stat for the rest of the time, unless something terrible happens. So yeah, I think Lewis, you had a plus to strength and a plus to constitution, right?
Yeah, so I've got 19 for strength.
Right.
And I'll put the 15 in constitution, so 17.
And then Sith had a dexterity and something.
+2 in charisma.
Well.
And then
so real quick, I will say this, and I don't know if Danny will be amenable to it. Sith, you've picked a character or a race that doesn't match your class at all.
That's true.
So
I don't have.
I would say if you want to go back and look at other classes, or if you want to role play it that way, that's cool. But if you're trying to like maximize the potential of your character a little bit, your race does not match what you're trying to do. Your bonuses don't line up.
Yeah, I wanted to be a rogue, but I heard we had 2 others. So
right.
Yeah, but that's fine. I kind of have an interesting backstory.
There you go.
For this, as to why he might be this way.
Yeah, and that's great, because there's a lot of people that only play this game to like min-max their character and create this ultimate machine that does one thing incredibly well and nothing else.
Just keep in mind, you are level 1, so you don't have very much real world experience. Right. You're trained in your craft, but you haven't really done shit. Most likely, the first person you kill in this campaign will be the first person you've ever killed.
We should have a Deadpool of our characters who's going to die first. Maybe the chat can run that week to week.
Sparks.
He has the protection of Doyle.
That's a DM add-on house rule, the protection of Doyle.
Yeah, if Caroline gets +1 inspiration, Sparks should get protection of Doyle.
She gets +1 inspiration because she outclassed us in our own shit.
All right. So if you've got all of your stats written down in the player's handbook on page 13 is this little chart right here. And that's going to give you your bonuses. There's also a way you can do it with math. It's basically just subtract 10 from the number, divide by 2. But it's easier to just look at the chart.
13, you said?
Yeah, page 13, top right corner.
Okay.
Where it says ability scores and modifiers.
Okay, I'm sorry. And what are we doing with this?
So you're going to, for example...
Oh, and that goes in the little circle?
If you have a 10 or an 11, you're going to have a +0 bonus. If you have 12 or 13, you're going to have +1. And then you're going to transcribe that back over to this into either this box or this box, whichever one you didn't put your big number in.
Okay.
And you said the racial bonuses are permanent, right? So if I had a 13, I should just make it a 15 because I had the +2.
100%.
And then that factors into here, correct?
Yep. Exactly.
That might make me rethink assigning some of these stats.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's the thing. The first time you do this, you don't know how any of this works. So, I mean, there's got to be some flexibility to be able to figure out.
It's difficult thinking in terms of how I roleplay, man, like being stupid in the game, but not stupid in real life.
Yep.
It's like my pride doesn't want me to lose my charisma or my intelligence.
My guy gets -1 intelligence, but everything else pretty solid.
There you go.
But you can sculpt the hell out of clay.
I can try.
All right, so y'all caught up on that?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Root Beer, good thing Roger's not in here, man.
Why?
Well, because you're very stone-faced during this whole thing. That's when he would make his comment.
Is he not stone-faced during his streams?
No. All right, I'm putting these in.
All right. So on page 121 of the player's handbook are backgrounds and personalities.
Johnny asked if Sith's character's name is Mike Trout.
See, there you go, man. There you go. That's what you need.
Nice. Johnny, how you doing down there, brother? Y'all holding out in the great ice storm that is the state of Texas nowadays?
That's insane.
All right. So where are you sending us, Nola?
So we're going to page 121.
Nola, this could be like your new job, man. You got to find a way to make money off this.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you should have seen me the other day. I was not nearly so competent.
We appreciate the sacrifice of Sparksel line so that we can be more
I
streamlined.
learned very quickly, though.
Hey, Sith, my email just told me that you need to check your mail.
Huh? Okay.
Well, that seems like a roundabout way of doing things.
No, I mean your actual mail. Have Lady Sithlordly go to the door.
Oh.
What?
All right. Hey, babe.
Bomb.
What are the chances that this would arrive while you're here live on this?
I'll text her.
So anyways, this is the personality and background section.
A human toe.
Nice. What's in the box?
It's like, get ready to die in the game.
Lewis, are you still good on time?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Okay.
I got like an hour before I got bounced.
Okay. I just want to make sure. We're
45 minutes.
Nicely here.
So yeah, we're not going to go too in depth into this right now. This is something you guys are going to kind of want to look through on your own. And what this does is, again, this gives you some kind of built-in backstory if you choose to use it. There's a bunch of different sort of setups in here. There's acolyte, there's criminal, there's charlatan, and each of these will give you some different skills and some different equipment that you might want to use. So find something in there that works to whatever your story is you're trying to tell, or if you just want to pick something that has skills that you might want, you could even go that route. So yeah, just go through and kind of read that stuff, and then here on your character sheet, you'll notice what we were talking about earlier. These boxes over here.
Mm-hmm.
Each one of those corresponds to, if you notice, like say, I'm just going to look at entertainer under backgrounds. It's on page 130. So if you chose to be an entertainer, you would automatically get skill proficiencies in acrobatics and performance. You would get tool proficiencies in disguise and one type of musical instrument.
Looks like Lewis.
Right?
Yeah, a little bit. My hair don't look that good no more.
You would also get a musical instrument of your choice, the favor of an admirer, love letter, lock of hair, or trinket, a costume, and a pouch of gold containing 15 gold. But don't do the money. I think Danny's got something in store for that from
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
You get that's the only thing I changed from what the player's handbook recommends is you don't start with the money that your character would normally start with.
Where my stimulus check at?
All right.
That's the thing. I want to give one out in the game. No.
Give me that stimmy.
So, and then
Oh,
what
where do
happens,
we-
with this, what happens with this is they give you some different suggestions on different like traits or flaws or a bond that you might have with someone. And you can come up with these on your own. You can randomly roll a die. You can just look through them and pick one that you like that sounds like it's what you want to be. And then there's generally one little thing, like this one says featured by popular demand. For the entertainer, you can always find a place to perform, usually in an inn or a tavern, possibly circus, theater, blah, blah, blah. At such a place, you receive free lodging and food. So there's like some little bonus benefit you get for having a set background. So again, that's something you can go through and figure out kind of on your own when you have a little more time to read through everything.
What's up?
Is this what you sent to me?
Looks like I sent you 2, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Well, you got 2 there.
When do you want me to open it?
Are we going to do an unboxing?
Do we have time?
Go for it.
Do we have time to do an unboxing before we finish these?
Unboxing.
Oh.
Do the
Right now?
do the box first.
Okay.
And there should be a little note on each one of those, I think.
Is it a Valentine? Do you choose him?
Whoa. What we got here, man? Huh. Oh, very cool, man. Thank you, man.
So we were talking about the other day, and you
Yeah.
said it's something you wanted, but it's not on your list of hobbies. So I wanted to AOK you that for all you've done for me and everyone else in this community.
Man,
Because
that's amazing.
that is a super cool book.
Dude, that is incredible.
Oh, look at
Thank
that.
you.
That's the original cover of the Dungeon Master Guide.
I know, which I own, and all the Dragon magazine covers. Dude,
And there's,
this is
there's pamphlets in there, and there's advertisements for conventions and stuff throughout history.
dude,
Damn,
this is
dude.
incredible, man. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. There's more.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's
Damn,
the
bro.
prize there, but there's a couple more things.
Okay. Was that part of it?
Yeah. So it was the second set that I got. I don't know how many there are. Maybe 30, I think.
Yeah. In darkness, look to the light. Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
it's like the
so-
cartoon.
Yeah. So the ones that you want, stick them on your computer, stick them on boxes, whatever. The ones you
Dude,
don't
that's
like,
awesome.
maybe give them away. You know.
Oh, so they're all different.
Yeah. There's 30 of them, I think.
Dude, thank you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. And then the last one, there's a little something for Lady Sithlordly.
Oh, okay. Should I
only-
open it for her right
You
now?
can open it and then you give it to her as soon as you go off camera.
If only you had countless white cardboard boxes to put stickers on.
Yeah, which I do back there. You can see.
That's hilarious.
Lewis, you like the knife? I know.
I
you
did. I
like-
saw you pop that out real quick.
But you can see the blade's well used on packages. It's a,
Hey, was that CRKT?
It's a 511 brand.
Nice.
I think it came free with some boots.
Johnny's throwing you a little love too, Sith. Thank you so much for everything you do for the
Hey,
community.
appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
It's all Lady Sithlordly. She keeps me in line. Oh man, that's awesome. She's gonna love that.
So that's Ein.
Oh,
Cowboy
bro, this-
Bebop. Since Lady Sithlordly likes dogs and likes Cowboy Bebop, we had a conversation the other day about anime, and we both share the same. We have very similar anime interests, so I figured she'd like a little Ein there.
She's in the kitchen cooking,
Dude, that's
so I'm
awesome.
texting her to get on the stream. That's awesome. Thank you so much, bro.
You're welcome, man. You deserve it.
Well, it's been fun, how this whole circle developed, we're all good pals. Look
That's
at that.
so cool, man.
I had
You
a
know
this is
what
gonna, I had a dream that Sparks and I were hanging out at some sort of recovery clinic, and but I think it's like recovery from comics, and he had a dog, and Sparks named his dog Sithlogically instead of Sithlordly because he's
maybe
very
just watching
logical.
an RPG world or something.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. I love that book. I'm gonna do a review on my channel. And
Yeah,
Go through it.
I knew it'd be right up your alley. And when we were talking
Yeah.
about it, you were like, "It's just, I got so many hobbies. There's so much stuff." And I'm like, "Man, I'm gonna AOK in this because he has to have this book. It's the epicenter of everything he likes with D&D."
yeah, man, that's awesome. Well, hopefully she'll see. She's making lasagna or peppers. I'm not sure, and then
That's all good. All right, back to the statting. What timing? What are the
dude?
chances for that?
Crazy, man. I was like, how'd that get here from Indiana? I thought you were sending me like some cards or something.
I wanted you to think that I was like packing a box, but really I was redirecting an order from Amazon, and it was right there in your area. So
yeah, no, that's awesome, bro. Thank you.
All right. Soap's done. Miss Travel wants everyone to know. So you got your proficiency bonus right here. This is a set number. It's going to be +2 until you level up a couple of times, and then it'll rise up.
That's for both of us?
Yep. For everybody. Every level 1 has a +2. All right. So here's your saving throws. So the 2 that you have bubbled in from earlier are going to get your proficiency bonus, that +2, plus whatever the score modifier is for that stat.
Wait, once again?
All right. So for strength, first of all, you're going to take your strength modifier, whatever that plus number is, +2, +3, and then you're going to add that to your proficiency bonus if that's bubbled in.
Got it.
Earlier.
So that would be from that from that abilities table, right? That you had us look at that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, the smaller one +2, right?
Okay.
Right. So you're going to get, like I said, we'll do the 2 bubbled in ones first. So, like I said, I think you both have strength probably, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you're going to take your strength modifier, which is going to be probably +3, I would guess, maybe +4.
+2 for me.
Okay.
+4.
So +2 or +4, and then add your proficiency bonus to that.
Okay.
And then that's going to be your strength for your saving throws that are based on strength. And then do the same thing for whatever your other bubbled in one was, except use that stat instead of strength.
Okay.
And then just fill in the rest with your normal modifier without the proficiency bonus.
So, okay. The normal modifier being what on here?
The number in the small circle under your constitution or dexterity score. Or your
that small number there, right?
You want to take that?
That's what I had been putting in strength and constitution.
Okay. So here, real quick, move your finger up about 1.5 inches. Right there is your proficiency bonus. Put +2 in that circle.
Okay.
All right. So for the 2 that are bubbled in on your saving throws, you want to add that +2 to those numbers. So instead of 2, both of those are going to be 4.
Okay.
Okay? And then the rest of them are just going to be whatever your corresponding bonus to that statistic is.
The bubbled numbers, these here? Okay.
So your dexterity is going to be whatever that bubbled number is. All
right.
Make sense so far? We good?
Yep.
All right. So earlier you also probably bubbled in some skills, if I remember correctly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now you're going to go through and do the same thing you just did with the saving throws.
Okay.
Anything that's bubbled in gets the +2 proficiency bonus plus whatever stat bonus is in this little gray writing that you can barely read.
Okay.
Oh, I can't read any of that on mine.
Okay, so what are the ones you have bubbled in, Lewis?
Acrobatics and athletics.
All right, so you're going to use dexterity for acrobatics and strength for athletics.
Okay. And that's the +2 plus our modifier?
Yep.
Okay.
I can see how these would influence what kind of character you want to play, because if you want to be persuasive, but you assigned a low score to charisma, then you're
right.
like, wow.
Again, I'm sure this is the sort of thing Danny won't mind if you go through and make some adjustments to once you get more of a feel for how this all works out.
No, just like I told the other three yesterday, this is just to teach you how to. You guys can change it as needed.
Yeah.
Just can't change it after we start.
All right, so
fair enough.
Once you get the bubbled in ones done, you're going to do the same thing you did up here, and you're just going to go through and fill in all the unbubbled ones with the corresponding stat modifier. And I'll read them down for you, Lewis, so you can.
Thank you.
So acrobatics was Dex. Animal handling is Wisdom. Arcana is Intelligence. Athletics is Strength. Deception is Charisma. History is Intelligence. Insight is Wisdom. Intimidation is Charisma. Investigation is Intelligence.
If we go up until 9.
Medicine is Wisdom. Nature is Intelligence. Perception is Wisdom. Performance is Charisma. Persuasion is Charisma. Religion is Intelligence. Sleight of hand is Dexterity. Stealth is Dexterity. And survival is Wisdom.
I'm bad at religion.
Aren't we all?
I'm gonna, since Danny's off screen, I'm gonna pause a second and run this dog down to.
Yeah, no worries. You need me to go back over any of them, Lewis, or you get them all?
No, I think I got them all.
Cool. Yeah, Sean, there's actually a class. Sith took the dog down to Lady Sith. He'll be back in 1 sec.
Ah, cool.
Sean, there's actually a class I'm thinking about rolling up too. It's a Forge cleric, and it's that kind of thing. Everything they do is based around building and weapons and all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, so Lady Root Beer's kind of doing her own thing, so she doesn't care if I stay a little longer. We're gonna move wrestling over to tomorrow night, so we're not running too late. So we got as long as you guys got, and Phil can jump on here in a little bit if he feels like it.
All right. So we've gone through saving throws. We've gone through skills. This little box right here is your passive wisdom, perception. Okay. So basically, you're just going to take 10 and then add whatever your perception score is in your skill column to that.
10 plus the modifier.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's not a number you're ever really going to need to worry about. That's more for Danny. That's your ability to walk into a room or a dungeon and notice something just because you're that good.
Yeah. I may ask you, like, if something is going on, I may say, what's your passive perception? And you'll tell me that number. It'll never change unless we change it in the game, unless I do something to make it change.
All right. So moving back to the top of the next column, that should fill in everything on that side, right? Everybody's good? Basically the skills column and the stats and all that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, so you got your initiative right here. And again, this is going to be for when you basically enter into combat to see who goes first. And your initiative is your dexterity modifier.
Nice.
And you're going to add that number to a D20 roll whenever Danny says roll for initiative.
Yep.
So the dexterity modifier being the little bubble under dexterity?
Correct.
Got it.
But doesn't something change that? What did
No.
you say? It's not just the straight dex modifier, is it?
It is unless it says something otherwise in your class or race, as far as I know.
Okay. Which it might for some people, but I don't think it would for them.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think like maybe a rogue has an advantage.
I was going to say rogues or somebody who's like an acrobat type fighter.
Yeah, something like that. All right. So right next to that is your armor class. And this is how hard it is for monsters or anybody else to hit you. So your armor class starts off at 10. And then you're going to add your armor. Well, I'll show you that in a sec. And your dex modifier. So essentially it's going to be 10 plus your dex modifier plus whatever kind of armor you're wearing. Shadow, yours is a little bit different because you have that unarmored defense or something.
Yeah, which is 10 plus Dex plus Constitution.
So there you go. So that
is
should
that
be
the modifier, or is that the actual?
The modifier.
Dex? Okay.
Everything is going to be modifiers. You're never really going to use that number like 18, 17, 16 again.
Okay.
All that does is create the modifier for you.
You're the tank.
Base stat.
Okay.
So what kind of armor did you take out of equipment, Sith?
Well, it said chainmail or leather, right? So I took chainmail.
Okay.
Nice.
So give me 1 sec to find equipment and everything in here.
Mm-hmm. Which I believe was the name of the game that D&D was adapted from, Chainmail.
Yeah, actually, you're right about that.
Mm-hmm. I ran the dog down to Lady Sith, and I told her to pause the cooking and jump back in the chat. So
she's having a conniption over it in the chat. I'm glad it made her that happy. That's awesome.
yeah, she loves plushes. I'm telling you, like I'm in the man cave. I'm in the man cave. She has a room that's twice the size of this one, and it's just full of plushes.
And I'm assuming she didn't have Ein, so.
So legitimately, that room is full 3/4 of plushes and stuff.
Oh, so she really likes that character. Then I knew she liked the anime, but I didn't know how she says Sith knows how much I love Ein. That's awesome.
I guess I did. I know she likes. That's a corgi, right, or something?
Yeah.
Or yeah.
He's the one that's like floating in 0G when they're in space. And he's like, oh.
I didn't know you like Cowboy Bebop. Good choice.
Yeah, we were talking about it the other day. Like, I like Outlaw Star a little better, but Lady Sithlordly says she also likes Outlaw Star. But I just thought, hey, that's
Outlaw Star is amazing.
Have a plushie of.
All right.
Yeah, Liz likes Outlaw Star better also.
I think Cowboy Bebop was the first anime I'd ever seen. I was like, well,
Robotech
this is what I do now.
Robotech is awesome, man.
Yep.
So if you need to look at it, it's on page 145. That tells you what each piece of armor brings to your armor class. So since you have chainmail, you start off at 14.
It says ring mail and then chainmail?
Right. Now, so this is the deal. Danny, you're probably going to have to help me out with this.
Okay.
Your armor class with chainmail is a flat 14. You don't get any dex bonus or anything like that because it's heavy armor. Unless there's like some feat or some proficiency or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
But basically, your armor class with chainmail is 14.
Okay.
So if, say, for example, you had, some sort of medium armor, you could probably still be able to add your dexterity modifier to that. And then, for example, in here, it's got, let's just say chain shirt. You get 13 plus your dex modifier, max of 2. Whereas for chainmail, it just has, 16, a flat of 16. So it's probably about the same either way, but, you might want to look at how your armor works and that kind of thing.
So my dexterity modifier is 2. So if I had a chain shirt, it would be like 15, right?
Okay. So yeah. And with chainmail, it's going to be 16 right here.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So it's kind of like I would have one less with the chain shirt with the modifier than if I just went with the chain mail with no modifier. I'd be +1 at 16.
Right. And then,
and then
you mentioned the shield. If you have a shield, you get another +2.
I think I was going with the great sword, right? So that's 2 hands.
I think so.
Yeah.
This would also be something your character would be aware of and would be able to consider. So it's not like you're Jimmy and your stats. Like your character would know that he can't do this with certain armor.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I think I was gonna nix the shield, and Shadow would be the the great axe, and I'm the great sword.
Okay.
Well, so I'll have 10 plus 3 plus 1. Is that too little to be a tank? Like if I'm going armorless?
Hang on 1 second. Let me go back and look at what that says about that thing. So anyways, Sith, if you want to go back and look at how the different armors and everything are, that's page 145. So
yeah, no, I'm looking right now. I think The chainmail option looks good. I have a disadvantage to stealth, but I'm a fighter, not a rogue, so
Right.
we'll send in Caroline. And who's the other rogue? Phil?
Phil.
Phil.
Yeah,
They're going to be able to coordinate things, and that's going to be very interesting. It's super cool. More than one.
He's a bit shady, so that makes sense.
I'm also going. I'm going to be some sort of mix between frontline and very light healing. So,
like massages.
I just can't bring myself to play a healer full time.
He does Reiki.
All right. So let's see. Unarmored defense. While you are not wearing any armor, your armor class equals 10 plus your dex plus your constitution.
So that's 14.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, if there is an armor that you want to wear that would be higher than that, like, I don't know, leather armor, I think, starts you off at 11 plus your dex modifier, so I think that would still be 14.
Yeah. My dex is +1.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you're probably pretty much as high as you're going to get, truthfully, with the unarmored.
He's heard that before. You're as high as you're going to get.
All right. Now, if you do use a one-handed weapon, you are allowed to use a shield, which would give you a +2. So, it depends on if you want to be
I'm going for a battle
kind of guy or a stand behind a shield and hope for the best guy.
I think I'm going going Conan on it.
Absolutely. All right.
Going Conan Commando.
So
stab them with the arrows in my stomach.
That's radical, isn't it?
So that
this book is awesome.
Let's see. That takes us down to hit points.
Should I just write in there permanently then? So 16?
Well, permanently for now, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Cool. This thing is taking shape.
Right? All right, so the last thing we're going to figure out is your hit points.
Okay.
Which, like I said, you wrote down earlier what your hit die is, right? Right here?
1d10.
Right. So what we're doing is you're taking your max roll on that. So in your case, 10. In Lewis's case, 12. And then you're adding your constitution modifier.
Okay.
And then write that in this little line right here.
That number will never change except for when you level up.
Right.
And the box below it is where you're going to figure when you take damage.
Okay.
So, for example, say Lewis is starting off at, I don't know,
15.
15. So, start off at 15. Say you get hit for 4. You go down to 11. And this is why you want to use a pencil, by the way.
Exactly, because this box is going to be wrote over thousands of times.
My pencils don't show up, so I'm using a pen right now. Say you get hit again for another 6, and all of a sudden you're down to 5. We get out of combat.
A box of mechanical pencils also.
Right?
You're taking me back to like 1982, man.
Do you know how weird it felt actually buying pencils the other day?
Yeah, and let me get my Scantron.
Right?
I know you want some of the nostalgia feel, so that's a good thing. You want it to be 50% nostalgia and 50% new memories to create.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm going to buy like a D&D flavored pencil. I'm sure someone's made like a D&D pencil. I'll get that.
Right on.
So if we go through combat, say you end up at 5, somebody gives you a healing potion or something, you gain 6, you're back up to 11. So that's how that whole deal kind of goes.
But the number on there, it'll always stay the same except when you level up. And then if you get through means of magic, like say you eat something special or someone casts something on you, you can get temporary hit points.
Right here.
So when you drop, like let's say your health is 10 and someone gives you temporary hit points of 5, you would have 15. When you drop below the threshold of your maximum, you no longer can regain those 5 that you were given.
So, make sense?
Yeah, I'm sure you'll go over that when we're in the
moment. This is all stuff that will become second nature.
Yes. Most of what's on the sheet you'll never think twice about except for when you're leveling up.
Okay. All right. So the last little box on here is attacks and spellcasting. For y'all, it's just going to be attacks. So what you're going to do is you're going to write whatever your primary weapon is in this box. Great axe, great sword, whatever it is.
Okay.
And then you're going to write your attack bonus in this box.
Where do we find that out?
It's strength for melee weapons, right, Danny?
Yes.
So whatever your strength modifier is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that attack bonus is basically like when you roll your 20 to see if you attack, you'll add that in.
So let's say Great Axe, you got a +3 to hit, and then this last box is going to be your damage.
Got
So
it.
For the Great Axe, I believe it's 1d12, and again, you get your +3 for your strength bonus.
1d12 plus 3?
Well, whatever
Or
your
plus
strength
whatever
bonus.
strength?
Yeah, whatever your strength modifier is.
Okay.
And then if you have any other secondary weapons or anything you think you might be using frequently, just go ahead and write those in some of those other boxes.
So for me, a greatsword is 2d6, and then I would put a +2 as well for my strength bonus.
Yep.
Which is also my attack bonus, the 2.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going
Got
to
it.
double check that real quick, but yeah.
Phil's over here tagging me in pictures of D&D character sheets with stacks of mechanical pencils.
Is that like D&D porn?
Paper, pencil, and dice is all you need. You have those three things. If you know up here the gist of what we're talking about here, you can do it with paper, pencil, and dice, and that's it.
Oh, I remember being like 9 years old, and that's all we had to start with.
Right.
Mhm.
And I like to keep it right around that. If you want an occasional miniature or occasional map or whatever, that's fine. But man,
Sparks is going to print out his own custom miniature from that website, Hero Forge.
Yeah, they're really cool, actually.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of super cool stuff on there.
Not as cool as getting a handmade one, but pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
I saw.
Go check out Shadow on Instagram. Hit him up for some custom figures.
I like Comic Talk. Phil's comment: "We'll do anything for hex paper."
Where do you find the double hand axe? The damage for that?
Page 149.
Yeah, it's going to be in the equipment section.
Okay.
That's where you're going to get all your information for.
We have 13 people viewing. You guys are radical, man. You guys really like this D&D stuff.
And 4 of us are here on the screen, right?
Yeah, I'm not on YouTube, but yeah. So, Lewis, this is the chart.
Yep.
For most of your weapons, and it will tell you what your damage is and all that kind of thing.
Okay. And if you're dual wielding, do you double it?
You'll have to check with Danny. I don't know about dual wielding on D&D. I haven't dealt with that in a long time. If you were dual wielding, there's got to be some. There's usually like a reduction in like the offhand weapon of some kind, but I don't know what that is and how it works with a barbarian.
Okay.
I'm surprised Phil isn't a bard. Continuing on the Phil Collins.
I would be surprised if Phil was a bard.
Because then he could, sing us those battle songs. He could sing or rap for me straight out of Compton as I go into battle.
Dual wielding SMGs, and I'm in.
So Danny Lewis was asking about dual wielding because he has 2 hand axes as well.
Yes.
So I don't know the mechanics of dual wielding.
Does your character have a proficiency in dual wielding?
Let me check.
If they don't, then don't try it because there's a chance that you could hurt yourself every time.
Okay.
Or others. I actually gave Al's character the ability to dual wield because he suggested it. And I said, okay, well, that'll be a proficiency of his in the Star Wars game.
It'll say that under proficiencies.
Yeah,
if I have it.
Say proficiency in dual wielding. But you can train for this. Like that's something like like I said, we're level 1s here. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people I don't feel play the game correctly because they want to start out with I don't mind you having a backstory and some things that have happened, but you don't want this long, elaborate backstory for a level 1 player, right? You know what I mean? Like you're not a badass going into this, and we're gonna make that apparent in the first session. So
Yeah, my backstory that I'm kind of ruminating over is mostly just like how the hell did a drow elf end up on the surface and is not evil.
Dark, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Oh, I guess the hand axe can be thrown.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. So go to
So like we were talking about with Caroline the other night, if you're going to throw your hand axe, make sure you pick it up.
Yeah. Liz's character used to throw javelins, I believe. Yeah, and she would have to keep track of those and then eventually get more.
Did I spare like a head on it once?
And the damage there comes from strength?
No, any ranged weapon is from dexterity.
Okay.
Unless something tells you otherwise.
And Lewis, it's strength, not strength. You East Coaster.
Man, you get
How do you say the beverage you drink in the morning to wake up?
Caffey.
Caffey. It's coffee.
Yeah, good. You got that one right. Just get to the front and kill those orcs like you're good at.
I can do that, sir.
I'll be right behind you.
There you go.
That's Sith's primary character. I'll be right behind you.
I want you to know that I'm offended at orcs and they will not make an appearance in this game. No, I'm kidding.
Really?
Anything that offends me in real life cannot possibly appear in this campaign.
So saith the DM.
All right, Danny, the only question that we're pretty much done.
Yeah.
So the only other question I have is I know fighters are little feat monsters. You know, don't they get a ton of feats and that kind of thing?
I mean, it should be listed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not seeing it. So
I don't have the player's handbook nearby. But yeah, you're right. I mean, there should be like a whole bunch of random things they can do. Like for instance, I have an NPC that you guys are going to meet. He has a feat where he's a badass with a crossbow, so he can fire a 3-shot burst with his crossbow. So there's stuff like that.
His name is Johnny Rosado.
I think that there are feats listed the same way there are spells at some point in that book, right? Like there's a section of feats.
There's a section of feats, but that's what I'm saying. I can't find where it talks about how you progress them or how you get a new one.
Oh, so you're talking about going beyond what they've already written down.
Right. Well, yeah, I don't think he gets one at first level, but I know fighters tend to like collect a lot of feats in the long run. So I was just trying to.
Yeah, it says like 165 to 170, and then it says gaining.
To answer Caroline real quick, yeah, you can. I'm just not going to let you do that at level 1. Like you can, like over time, if you want to learn something, then we can work that in. Yeah, I do believe that as you level, it'll just say you get a new feat. Oh, it's grandfathered in. That's what happens. Like with your class, whatever class you pick, it'll say like at level 7 you get this feat.
So you said at level 1 we don't get any?
No, I don't know that. It just depends on what you picked. You picked fighters. I guess I would assume. Nola's saying it's saying you don't have any, so you may not have any at first.
Well, I'm just scanning over it quickly, so
I believe that as you level, like you could take a look ahead at your leveling. Like you look ahead, like what you level up through, and it should say like, oh, at level 5 you'll get this feat, or level 12 you get this feat. I believe so.
Now the only thing, what it says in here is that you can replace when you level, you get ability score improvements, and it's saying that you can replace an ability score improvement with a feat.
Okay.
So I'm wondering, is that the only, because like I said, I honestly don't see anything about feats on any of the characters.
No, we'll go with that. We'll go as long as you help me remember that whenever it comes to leveling, because we're going to help these guys level up. That they'll get to choose between whether they want a feat or an ability score. That sounds right for a fighter, at least.
I like Phil's feat. He's got a rogue that has a funny laugh that makes other people laugh.
Okay, so for my great axe, the damage would be +4, and the roll would be 1d12.
Yeah.
Okay, and then if I have a jav,
is that your strength modifier?
Is what my strength modifier.
Hold on. Did I miss? Did you already get them their skills on there, like their skill numbers?
Yeah.
How the hell? I got up a minute ago, but damn. Can I see, Lewis? Can you show me your sheet?
You were checking on the soap.
Yeah. Show me the skill section. Oh yeah, you did. You got all those. Awesome. Okay. Now he was asking about what again? What were we asking?
I'm just trying to figure out how to write down the weapons, damage, and how to.
It'll go across in order. It'll be like the weapon, and then the attack bonus you get, which is like, okay, so like your attack, like what kind of weapon are you talking about using?
Grix.
Okay, so like you're in front of somebody. I'll ask you to, you'll say you want to attack. I'll go, give me a roll. You'll roll the 20, right? You'll take the number you get on the dice plus that attack bonus, and that'll determine whether you hit what you're trying to hit.
Okay.
After that, then you'll roll the damage die.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah, I think so. I think I might have just written it down wrong. I don't have the little grayed out spots.
You don't have what?
So you write the name of the weapon. What's the second column?
I believe it's attack, but yeah, he's got it right there. See?
Okay,
like,
so that would be your
5 or plus whatever 3. Yeah, the 3. Yeah. So he would be like, yeah. Plus
how do you figure out your attack bonus?
It'll say it on the weapon, or no, it'll say it on your class.
It's
right?
your strength. It's your strength modifier.
Strength modifier. Okay. There you go. Now, are we factoring into proficiencies with that?
That's what I was about to say. We did not put proficiencies in. If you are proficient with that weapon, if that is one of the weapons listed from your proficiencies from earlier, you can add your proficiency bonus to those attack bonus.
Yeah. So what that means is, the little box you got up there that says your proficiency at the top of the skill column. It just says proficiency bonus.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay. The number that's in that, whatever weapon or skill that you are proficient in, you take that and add it to the attack bonus.
Okay, so my main weapon, or
yeah. So your main weapon? What's your attack bonus on that?
That strength would be +4.
So you take +4 +2, so 6. I personally go ahead and write that in, and just so that way you're not doing math every time you do this.
Okay. So I write.
So you would have a +6 every time you swing that damn axe.
So it'd be 1d12 +6.
1d20. You'd be d20, not d12. The d12 is for damage. Oh wait, no, you're adding it to the total number, not the damage, right, Nola? You're not adding the proficiency to damage. You're adding,
I believe.
Yeah, you're adding it to the attack. So no, it would be like if you're attacking something, right? You're running up with the axe. Roll the d20. Whatever the d20 number is, will be plus your attack bonus plus your proficiency. Then, if you hit, assuming you hit, you'll roll whatever it says for the damage die.
Right.
Okay.
So essentially, your attack bonus is going to be your strength modifier plus your proficiency.
Yeah. So I would go ahead, just me personally, I would go ahead and add that permanently to the gray box, just so you're not forgetting it every time.
Go.
Yeah, no, the one I printed out doesn't have gray boxes. That's why I think I was.
Okay. Yeah.
Sparks. I have attack bonus is just the proficiency bonus, and then the damage is 1d6 strength.
Just don't add that proficiency to non-proficient things.
Yeah, just make sure that whatever weapon you're using, you're proficient in.
Yeah.
That proficiency bonus, if I'm proficient in the greatsword, but I already have an attack bonus and a strength bonus, I don't get another bonus, right?
Well, you won't have a strength bonus. Your attack bonus will just be your strength modifier.
So if you are proficient with the greatsword, then your attack bonus is going to be your strength plus your proficiency bonus.
So that would be, since I get 2 from strength and 2 from proficiency, I'd get a +4.
Correct.
Nola, can you show them on your paper so it's visual?
Show us on the paper where it hurt us.
Sometimes it's just good to see it rather than hear it.
Yeah.
Touch me where it hurts.
So, I see the 2, but I don't see a proficiency bonus up there for you.
So, proficiency bonus would be +2. Say I had a strength of 16 +3. So, if I'm down here trying to figure out what this attack bonus number is.
It's those 2?
Exactly. As long as earlier when I had you guys write down all of your proficiencies.
Yep.
You have that weapon listed.
Yeah. So you don't add the proficiency to every weapon you pick up. Only things you're proficient.
So
the greatsword may not be because I have a proficiency on short swords, crossbows, simple
Uh-huh.
martial weapons.
Yep, it's not. Great sword will be great sword will be like on the par with a broadsword and all that kind of stuff. Like it'll be like
So I should maybe think about a different weapon.
Yeah, go look through the equipment section.
No problem there.
Yeah,
That's
good.
why we do these kind of things so you find out and you're not just thrown in the game with something that won't work for you.
Yeah, so just go look through the equipment section for one of the weapons that's listed under your proficiencies.
Think of it like this, man. In real life, let's say you were really proficient in a short sword. You wouldn't just go pick up a broadsword and make that your main thing. Now, you might be in the middle of a battle and your sword breaks and you go grab a weapon, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you just won't get your proficiency with it because you're not trained with it.
Oh, wait, though. You know what? Greatsword shows up as martial melee weapon.
Does it?
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then you're proficient in it.
Okay.
Son of a bitch, I crossed all that out.
Ink.
So simple ranged and simple melee doesn't matter. It's a simple weapon.
Yeah,
Like,
anything
that's not
that's listed in
specification.
that chart on the weapon chart under simple weapons.
Simple Jack.
Never go full.
Right?
We're about to go full tabletop D&D, man.
Well, I mean, this definitely helps having you guys run us through it, because if I had to just sit there and do it myself,
Exactly.
it would be this is
Now
more
do
fun.
you guys see why I run that little watered down system with people? Because I want people to get interested in the game first before all of this, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if your first experience with D&D was math.
I'll be in full excitement once I see Sparks' 3D miniature that he makes of himself.
I can't wait till he pops on the camera in costume.
Oh man, Hogwarts.
So I'm sorry. So you write the weapon, then you write your
attack
bonus, and you get that from strength plus your proficiency.
Assuming you're proficient in it.
Yep.
Okay, and that's for everything. So
yeah. But if so whatever's in your inventory, you can't have an infinite inventory because we have to account weight. Now, what you start out with at level 1, you won't be accounting weight because you're obviously not going to be loaded down with shit at the beginning.
Okay, and so if I've got a hand axe, can I both use that as a hand axe but also throw it?
Yes.
Yes.
You can throw anything. Whether you're good at it is a different question.
And how do you account for for throwing weapons? Is that also your strength?
If you're using it as a hand weapon to attack, then you treat it just like you did the great axe.
Okay,
if
so
you're
your
using
strength.
it as a ranged weapon or a thrown weapon, then everything is going to switch from strength to dexterity.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say this now. I'm assuming Sparks, Phil, and Caroline are watching. I hope they are. Something we didn't go over the other day. In a situation like that, I might tell you to roll with advantage or disadvantage. So what that basically means is if I say roll with advantage because I think it's something you're good at and you have a good chance of pulling off, like you're surprising someone, then you get to roll twice and take the higher number.
Okay.
Right? So if I say disadvantage, right? You're in a burning building, right? And you're trying to do something. Okay. I might say roll with disadvantage. So you'll roll the 2 die and you'll take the lower number.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Hey, Rootbeer, what, just for the purposes of time management, how close are we to the end of this portion?
Oh, yeah, I got to bounce pretty soon.
We're actually gotten way over. You guys are, I think we're done, aren't we, Nola?
If we're not, we're 99% there.
Yeah,
All right.
I think everything else is stuff that you fill out, but we'll go over it all in session 0 again with everyone.
Just because Lady Sith put in the dinner anticipating.
Yep.
But I'll stay in the chat and continue.
Yeah, I apologize.
No, that's fine. I should probably bounce too. So
I actually don't know why it took a little longer this time because he had a good flow.
No, it was fun. It was good.
So if you got to jet out, I'm gonna extend the opportunity for Caroline, Sparks, and Phil to jump in since I don't have my time limit, and I know Lewis is going to bail in about 15 minutes or 10.
I'm going to be on Lost in Comics podcast right now. So
nice.
I've never met these guys before, but I will try to introduce them to this community as well.
Awesome. Please send that to our group chat, and I will check the rewind out on it because I think we're going to probably go over a little bit here.
Sean,
yeah, no problem.
Sean, dark vision or keen senses or anything like that, it's going to go on the first page in that very long rectangular box on the far right side. This one right here.
I am going to drop that link right now for everyone in our group chat. So if you guys want to, if the three of you want to jump in here with us.
And by the way, shout out to Sparks and Phil and Caroline for walking through this with us the first time, because it was way more challenging than it was today. So
yeah, it's that rust is what it is. You know.
So thank you guys for being the guinea pigs.
Yeah, and thank you for putting up with it going a little longer. We had a surprise unboxing there, so that kind of helped. That was part of what extended it. I was thinking hour and 15, but it looks like about an hour and 40.
I've been told I've got another 15 minutes.
Probably, an hour 20, hour 30, somewhere in that range, plus some shenanigans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have a little bit more time. The lasagna or whatever is cooking still has a little more time.
Oh, well, there you go. So it all works out.
Checking with these guys because they're in Texas, so make sure they clear power.
Okay, so let's see here. Let me get this.
Hold on real quick. Caroline, this isn't going to be one of those, there are no bad questions kind of thing.
No, you're learning.
I actually believe there are some terrible questions. But in your case, all those questions you guys were asking the other day are what got me and Danny to the point where we could do this a lot quicker today. And the next time we do it, it's going to go even quicker. So
yeah, when we have guest people playing stuff, we'll be able to do it in like 30 minutes.
Like I said, you guys were kind of the steel that sharpened the sword. So appreciate it.
Yeah, they sacrificed so that Lewis and I have less pain
too. Actually,
yeah, I love
that. Was nice of them.
This is my favorite part of D&D is character creation.
Okay, cool. So that link is there. So I see, Phil, you say you're multitasking there. So if you're too busy, that's fine. But if you'd like, the link is in there. We'll keep this going a few.
Phil's actually on another D&D campaign YouTube stream.
We already have Sparks.
What's up?
Yo, what's up?
Your finger hovering over that link.
Oh, I had Instagram up on the computer already, so I could click it.
What's up there, Sparks?
Not much.
I didn't, because we were maximized, I didn't see this cool background you got back there.
Hey, let's let Lewis get out of here because he needs to
badass.
Yeah.
Hey, also, real quick,
I'm going to be sitting right here anyway. I just need to switch over to a different StreamYard.
The one thing we didn't go over was alignment.
Yeah.
So if you want to talk to them about alignment for like 30 seconds.
I'm going to go over the non-skill stuff because that's I'm better with that. I've got a better grasp of it now than ever, though, after Nola explaining it and all that. So alignments, all right. So those of you who have alignments, all right. Do you guys get the basic concept of an alignment? You guys get if you're okay, it's best to explain this with examples. Ahsoka is for sure she's a
chaotic good.
Chaotic good. Right? And pre-Vader Anakin would be chaotic good. Right? Whereas someone like Yoda would be like lawful good.
Nobody's that good.
Yeah, and then take
I wouldn't trust them.
I would actually say that Obi-Wan's probably either neutral good or lawful good because there's some things there with that. So then you got the in between the evils and the goods, which is what's called true neutral. That's like if you're neutral. There's no such thing as neutral. It's just true neutral. Okay, and a true neutral would be like. Well, I guess it would be. Would you say Han Solo is chaotic neutral or neutral? True neutral.
I'd say nature is neutral.
Han is definitely chaotic something.
Okay, he's chaotic neutral then. Yeah, he's definitely chaotic. That's a good example of that. I'm trying to think of an example of true neutral.
I feel like he's chaotic good because
I would put Chewbacca. I would put Chewbacca at true neutral.
Boba Fett is true neutral.
Yeah, there you go. Boba Fett neutral.
All right, guys, I got bounce.
It's
later, man.
Later, man. Thank you.
Have fun. Thanks for doing this again, guys.
Yeah, no problem. So as far as the evil goes, all right. So neutral evil is basically you tend toward darker stuff, but you're not an evil character. You just have a dark nature, right? That's what a neutral evil is.
Like Dexter.
Evil is like something that's just absolutely screwing stuff up, like it's uncontrollable,
Whereas to do evil.
Lawful evil would be like Emperor Palpatine.
Well, he's a great role model for sure.
Well, it's that. So lawful is exactly what it sounds like. You have a code that
structure.
You follow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Empire.
And whether that code leans you towards good or bad or somewhere in between is where that falls.
Yeah.
And then chaotic is some version of I do what I want to do.
Sean Miller said Asajj is neutral evil. That's absolutely true.
Cartman is definitely chaotic of some sort.
Wes has his new logo on his YouTube thing right there.
What is that?
He just dropped it on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Oh,
You
did
got,
Alex Garcia do?
Yep.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Come here.
Does Alex Garcia only do spider people?
I mean, he's holding Infinity Gauntlet.
Okay, because so far I've only seen spider variations.
What's Otto's?
Oh no, that's Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, he's got something. He does other things. Yeah.
It's Roger and Dave and T Rabbits that got spider people.
Yeah. Well, and he also didn't he do the tank and the butcher drawing?
Oh, right.
So what alignments are you guys leaning toward right now?
I'm thinking. Well, first of all, I'm street smart, so you know what I mean. I'm not like a do-gooder.
Got it good. Nice.
But I'm good. I'm not evil. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like I like to help people, but I'm also not, Homer, like Gomer Pyle.
Okay.
So golly.
Yeah, so Sparks is saying he's going for chaotic good, and Caroline's going for chaotic good, she just said. Phil, if you're still hanging around, do you have an idea?
Sparks is so good though in real life.
I gotta add some chaos into that goodness.
Chaos.
Now remember, these can change, right? You can change it as you go, as long as you're playing your character correctly, and things in the game can change it. I'll give you a great example. I'll give you guys an awesome example from the second to last campaign I read. My friend's wife. Phil, I was just asking if you've thought about what your alignment's going to be yet, because you asked about alignment, but you haven't said what you were going to. So my friend's wife was playing this monk character, and she was the only lawful good character in the game. Well, this came into play perfectly fine because they found this house that had a basement where a guy was living in the basement, and he was a vampire pirate, right? But he was bound to this basement where he couldn't leave by this cleric chick. And so he couldn't freaking leave the basement without – the only way he could get out is if someone pure good carried him out of the basement. He couldn't leave by his own volition. So she was the only one in the group capable of doing it. So she threw the guy over her shoulder and carried him out, and he then helped them go off and put together this pirate ship and crew and everything. But they needed him for that because he was a bosun for a pirate crew before, so he knew a lot about organizing crews and everything. But that was an interesting example where being lawful good was the only way to get that character to do something.
I might even be lawful neutral. Because there's a personal code.
Lawful neutral?
Maybe. It kind of goes with my backstory that I'm working on.
Yeah, actually. I don't think I've ever seen a lawful neutral character in a game.
But yeah, it can change. Just like I feel like YouTube has changed Sparks.
The easiest way to explain the left side alignment is chaotic means that you are willing to do whatever it takes, whether you're good, neutral, or evil, right? Lawful just means you're willing to do whatever it takes within the bounds of the law, within the bounds of your own personal code, whatever.
Sparks started out, it took how long before he made his rant video? So, YouTube's been working on him.
I never actually posted that rant video.
Okay. You just did on Spine Ticks?
Wait, which one?
The Damaged Comics.
Yeah. No, I mean, I didn't even rant on there, really. Yeah. I actually had a video, and I was just like, you know what? Kind of over it.
Yeah, everyone jumps onto the Spine Ticks and does their rants there. And then we got to take the video down.
Yeah, the video came down, didn't it? That was that week, wasn't it?
Spine Ticks is like the YouTube dumping ground.
It is. Although we might finally get some sort of a discount code or something, so we'll have to, I'll have to be more the late night invites when I've, been drinking and hey, come on here, and you've been drinking too. Danny, I might talk to you like as my backstory is developing to dial in exactly what alignment based on like what I'm thinking.
I think that's a great place to start, though, is the lawful neutral. It doesn't have to change constantly, but he chose chaotic neutral, considered true neutral. Wait, I choose chaotic neutral, considered true neutral. Oh, okay, he considered true neutral. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so, Phil chooses personal freedom above all else.
Nola was thinking chaotic neutral also, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna end up going some sort of lawful because either character I play is going to be a very regimented sort of character.
Cool. And you'd be the only one in the main group that would be lawful. Like, we don't know what guests would do, but then I've got some NPCs that are going to be heavily involved.
Yeah, me, Phil, and Caroline are all chaotic something. We went chaos route.
It'll be fun. I never play a lawful character.
Sean's got a question that I don't know the answer to. Dwarven resilience would go under proficiencies. I believe it would go under feats. No. Sorry, they wouldn't.
Yeah, it would go the same place you put your dark vision and all that sort of stuff, Sean.
Oh yeah, because it's proficiencies, languages, and other. Yeah.
Oh. And sorry, I can't really see the chat. I'm in that weird
like I said, I've been watching
space where I can't see.
It might be a chaotic campaign, but it's gonna be good.
Phil urchin oppressed. He's a street urchin.
Hey guys, check this out.
Nice. Talk about street urchins.
Cats.
I told Lady Sith the other day, I was like, I want a cat because I see all your guys' cats. And, I've had cats all my life, but she's allergic.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, what about the hairless cat? You know what I mean?
Oh, actually, not hairless. The best one for allergenic people is Blue Russians. They're not hairless. But they don't have. They're hypoallergenic.
Really? Okay, yeah. I'll mention that because like we've got good friends. I took you to RJ's place where he had all the cats.
Yeah.
And if I pet all those cats and then I see Lady Sith and pet her, just doing that will trigger her allergies.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Blue Russian, huh?
You should look into Russian blues and have her go around one and see how she reacts because they're very hypoallergenic.
A good buddy of mine, a roommate, had one and like it was his cat, but it loved me, and so he called me the cat's boyfriend, and it was a Blue Russian. So yeah, I love cats, man. I haven't had a cat, in like 20 years, man. But
there you go. That might be your one way out to actually be able to pull it off if she can be around it.
You know what? In 1 week, you'll say, "Go to the front door." There's an A-OK, and I'll open it, and a Blue Russian will come out.
Dude, okay, let's speak more on that. I had no idea. So when I ordered it, right? I ordered it around the time I was talking to you, and I was like shocked that it said it was going to get to you before Friday, and I'm like, how the hell is that possible? And
do you have Prime?
The facility that had the stuff was right there.
Nice.
And so I was thinking, yeah, it would be like sometime today, you'd get it before the stream or whatever, I had no idea you were going to be in the middle of live, and I literally got my phone buzz. I looked, and it had a picture of your doorstep with the packages there.
With the poo-poo shoes, right? Did you see the poo-poo shoes in the photo?
Oh yeah, I did see those. I was reading Lady Sithlordly's thing. Yeah, I mean, you should definitely look into that. Like, I know that they are. We considered that with Liz when we thought she was still allergic because she was when she was a kid, but she's not now. So we just went with what we could adopt, and that's how we got Porsche. But Blue Russian would be the way to go.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I'll do all the research because the only thing I worry about is, we got a dog door and then it's out into the wild. So, the cat would have access to get out.
Yeah.
Although I have had outdoor cats, when I lived at
I've had outdoor ones. He's never going to go outside. But, we got a harness for him, but we haven't trained him up on that yet.
Spark's got a harness.
No one
Siamese.
Balinese.
Okay. I mean, I like all animals. Don't get me wrong. I actually do really like dogs. I don't like the baggage that comes with them, and I'm kind of over dogs for now until probably later in life. I'll probably have another.
Well, that's why I said poo-poo shoes, because in the photo that you saw, I have a special pair of shoes to go out and pick up the dog poop and then spray it down with water.
That's awesome.
And then, and then I put the shoes out front. Javanese.
He's like coffee lover. Sparks, what other questions do you have about your sheet, though, man? Like, I figured you'd jump on here.
I have no idea, man. I'm just trying to fill it out. I'm looking at the spells still.
Sparks, are you playing a female character, Sparks?
No.
Oh, okay.
You got a pretty good understanding, though, from this, Sith, about...
Yeah. I mean, it definitely helped, having Professor Nola walk through it all.
Yeah, like I said, Nola definitely knows it a little better than I do, even though we both were wrong yesterday or the other day.
And now we've transitioned into the cat show portion of the stream.
Are you just looking up hypoallergenic cats?
I am.
Oh,
wow.
Those are all hypoallergenic.
Yep.
See, I've heard that there's a lot of different types, but I've heard that Russian blue are the most hyper. Like, it's pretty much like if you get one of those, those gloves that like can clean a cat. We don't use it on him, but like you get like one of those and you do it a couple times a week with a hyperallergenic like a Russian blue, then like it would be like your worst allergy day and it wouldn't be any different.
Yeah, with Lady Sith, I would have to do a lot of research and convince her, and then
have her go around him first. That's what we did with dude. I thought
what is going to put on Craigslist? Do you have a Russian blue so we can come over?
Need to find a cat to play with for
Russian blue. See, Lady Sith, that's what he's got right there is a Russian blue. That one,
man.
There, you just need to be around one sometime and see how you react.
That's a beautiful cat.
That's Draven. That was my roommate's cat, Draven.
That's a cool name.
Except it was a female. He had Malik and Draven. But my friends called Malik Slobula because it would always kind of like make a mess and poop and like throw up and stuff.
Malik after like, isn't there a Star Wars character?
It was pre that. I think it was just dark. But remember Clumper? Remember me being Clumper in the Urban Dictionary?
Yep.
I peed in Draven and Malik's cat box. That's where Clumper came from.
Sean used to have a Russian blue.
Does it surprise you, Sparks? Instead of having YouTube to stream on, but I still drank the same amount of beer. There's a cat.
You're more focused when you got YouTube.
Yeah. If you were hanging out with me in real life, pal, we'd have some adventures. That's for sure. Half a Lady Sith's job is just to corral me and make sure I don't do things that are stupid. So I would imagine you'd be the same kind of person.
Did you flip open that book yet?
What's that?
Did you flip open that book yet?
Oh yeah, man, dude. I mean, I'm seeing things I used to have, like the little miniatures. Dude, I flipped to the Mind Flayers, which was awesome because the Mind Flayers really made me fall in love with the Drow, right? Because they're in the Underdark.
Yeah.
I actually wanted a Mind Flayer character class, but yeah, right there is the R.A. Salvatore Legacy book, which I own, right? Which is obviously a huge inspiration of why I wanted to play a Drow elf.
I believe there's magazine article excerpts and stuff in there too.
Yeah, man, dude, this is incredible. Oh yeah, so here's the Mind Flayers, bro. Look at that.
It shows the history of certain creatures all the way up to present day, like from the original sketch to now.
Dude, I have miniatures of these Mind Flayers, not these exact ones, but of Mind Flayers.
By the way, we didn't even mention what this book is. This book is called The Art of Arcana, and it covers stuff from the beginning of D&D to about 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's like the red box cover, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna go full bore with continuing to buy the old D&D stuff for the nostalgia, not really to play per se, but just to stack like you would like a collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Fiend Folio, which I own the hardcover. Yeah, man, this is awesome. Yeah, there's the I had that box too. Or no, yeah, I think what is that? That's one of the boxes. Basic set, yeah, that's the basic set. We're in straight up Stranger Things right now, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, all these like cool modules. Thanks, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, no problem at all. I hope those decals or whatever they are. I hope you like those.
Dude, that guy kind of looks like Adolf right there in a different like universe.
It's like a clown version.
Yeah.
So
Why does he have a heart on?
A heart on?
Yeah.
A heart on or heart on?
He's giving a flower to like a beholder.
Oh man. Earlier, Phil was talking.
Actually, Sean can hop on too. Let me just.
Yeah, Sean and I never been on a stream together for like the last 5 minutes before the food's ready.
Earlier, Phil was asking or was commenting in the chat about his character just having almost infectious laughter, just as a random backstory thing for his character. But there's a spell where you can kind of weaponize laughter. I just learned.
Yeah.
Hey, you'll like this, Sparks.
Josh's hideous laughter.
Nick Fury is one of the inspirations.
Oh, that's cool.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's some Marvel origins there.
The more you know.
Oh, and Doctor Strange.
Huh.
The more you know.
Well, so the original D&D, like you were mentioning about chainmail, because Gary Gygax was a fan of tabletop war games.
Yeah, exactly.
And he got this idea. He's like, what if we took a single piece from like Risk or something, and we gave that character a backstory and stats and all that, and ran them rather than a whole army.
Sean, what's up, man?
What's up, Sean?
What's going on, man?
Dude, Sean, this is our first time hanging out, man.
It is. Now, before I ask a few questions, since Sith is here, first time him and I have been on at the same time. Not something I'm sending out tomorrow. One thing I'm picking up tomorrow.
Pokemon? Nice.
I got 3 of these coming to you. And
to me.
Yes, to you, brother.
Man, what a guy.
You are the king the king of the AOK, Seth.
Jeez,
I got one more thing that I picked up from last week's stream that I'm sending out to you as well.
What a guy, man. Oh, nice. What is that?
LeBron, bro.
Wow, dude, that's awesome. You know what?
That's a huge one.
Dude, Sean, that's going to be my very first pop. You will be giving me my first pop.
I'm sending this so you can have it for Wednesday to open up on the stream for your sports card show.
Oh, man, what a
Along
guy.
with those Pokemon cards and a little something for the lady as well.
Man, thank you so much, man. Appreciate that.
No worries, brother.
Jesus Christ, I feel like a schmuck now. Sith, I'm going to need your address so I can Jesus.
Well, I mean,
all right, Sith, I'm sending you all my Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Hey, Sparks, you know what? I'm still thinking about those Pokemon that you had. I even told Lady Sith, I'm like, Sparks showed these Pokemon. They were so awesome. I got the FOMO. I literally went on eBay and I was like, what is the highest price Pokemon? There was like $1 million Pokemon.
Don't buy the Shadowless Charizard.
Because you're going to send it to me, right?
That's like a house.
Yeah. Well,
it's like $1 million, I think.
Lady Sith and I, we're going to sell this condo and live in a tent, but we'll have some nice Pokemon.
I'm kicking myself that I didn't get it when I saw it the last time I was at Barnes & Noble's. There was one Jar Jar pop that I saw sitting on a random shelf. I didn't grab it. I should have. And then I went and looked on eBay today because it wasn't there at the store today when I went. Those things are going like the cheapest is like $80.
Holy crap.
And some of those Jar Jar pops they're asking for like $200 for them. I was like,
that's insanity,
sorry.
Man.
I like you. I like you, lady, but
yeah.
I got a few other things I got to grab.
Well, you know, I got that 12-inch Jar Jar downstairs, right? So
heck yes, you do.
But I did find a little 2-pack thing that had they're the Pop Pez dispensers, and one's Mando, and the other one is Grogu.
Oh, interesting.
I picked up one of those packs, and that's what I got coming in the box there for Lee.
Wow, awesome! Thanks so much, man. We'll have to put together a return AOK. If only I knew what you like.
You know, brother, it doesn't matter. I don't need an AOK.
John hooks up those Power Pack kids big time.
Yeah,
nice. Yeah,
need to get a hold of Joey or something so he can send those 2 regular newsstands out to get them graded with pressed and cleaned and graded through Tiva, or not Tivo. I'm sorry, Erod.
Erod. So Sean, are you playing D&D too, man? I see you're making a character sheet in the chat.
Well, yeah, I've got quite a bit of it filled out.
Nice.
Just missed a few of the beginning stuff.
We'll guest you in after the initial group gets going.
Yeah, whenever, bro.
And Wesley's building a group too, so if you want to play more frequently, you should go with them, and then we can do crossover and stuff. We have the core group together that's going to be playing, but I still want to guest people like I've been doing with the Star Wars.
Yeah, because Sean's been in all our chats. You've been here the whole
Sean,
time.
yeah, you're the guy that I would want
minute one.
Yeah. See, I'm just making it just to go along with you guys. Come in on a guest spot or every so often when you have room, or
absolutely
get up there and play with Wes and the rest of the power pack and stuff. So
bring Harry old fat guy in.
That would be so cool if we start to be able to crossover games and
we're going to.
That would be amazing.
Or
create a whole
get like a crossover, push both of the groups together, and sort of like a companion quest kind of stuff where you guys on your stream are on the same quest trying to get an item for somebody else, while the other group's going after the same exact item somebody else wanted.
So I've heard of a lot of crazy situations, right? I've heard of like I explained the Vecna story where it was one DM running two groups in the same world. This would be two DMs running two groups in the same world. But I have seen two DMs in one game in the same room together. And what Nola's doing with me is kind of like that. He's co-piloting, and I've had a co-pilot before, but not like two full-on DMs. But the craziest I have ever heard of, I read about this on Reddit, was a game that actually had 3 DMs. Okay? When we're talking like 12 people playing and like 3 DMs, there was one person who was narrating story, one person who was just running monster characters and NPCs, and then another person who would go help the players, and he would take, there would be coordination where he would take people off. Like, let's say the party split. Well, one DM could go to another room physically in the real world with part of the group that split and run the game that way, while the other stayed with the main group.
Danny, have you seen Community?
I know what it is.
I have, yeah.
They actually, if I'm remembering correctly, I think that's the show that they did this, where they end up playing D&D, and like half the group ends up in another room because the party split. So that's what I was thinking of exactly when you said that.
That's where that inspiration came from. Yeah, so you can do some really crazy things like that. I'm really hoping Wesley can. Oh, Wesley's still here. Good. I'm glad you're here, man. He says it's gonna be awesome with group crossovers. So that's the thing, man. Like, Wesley, you got to, if you're going to pull this together, whether you can get Kid and Joey to do it, I hope you can, but make Sean one of your core people, because like he's wanting to play too, and I'm happy to guest him over here, but there's only so many we can have in one stream. But I would love for crossovers.
I'll tell you another.
Now, if anybody's still needing a player's handbook, the one I grabbed, it's the 5th edition. You can grab it in a PDF file, and it's a fraction of the price of what the regular handbook edition is, the hardback. $20. You don't have to pay taxes or anything. It's just a PDF file.
Oh.
One of the best things about this group too is that I don't have to run it. I'm already doing spine ticks and PSA tendencies. I can be on here kicking back. I don't have to it's awesome being a part of a stream that I'm not having to
all you have to do is just show up.
Exactly.
And you're just playing a game.
Yeah.
You're playing a game, and it's fun. You're hanging out with the people you want to hang out with.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're into such things and you don't like keeping up with all the math now that everyone knows how to do this on paper, there are apps.
Yeah.
We're going to go deep. Pause.
I do like that app, and I've kept that on here, Nola, but I will say that it's not as robust as doing a character sheet.
No, absolutely not. But
it's really good for if somebody is playing a guest spot. It is great for them. Like, to try it, like Allstrand wants to try it, right? We might not go as deep as we just did with everyone on these sheets, but Allstrand's using that app for his first time would be great.
Allstrands could be on the West stream. He, the Kid Collector in 20 years.
All Strands has shown a lot of interest. Like, he's been all over my channel ever since I started doing this RPG stuff.
I think this is our claim to fame, guys. I think this is how we make it big time.
I told you I want to pay you guys a salary. $500 a week.
I think some people pay Nola to, come in here and teach, zoom in and do the technical character creation, pay you, like $15-20 an hour to do that. And
there you go.
That's what you can do, man. It's the new entrepreneurship during the pandemic.
Okay, so there's the part that why I was asking if I could jump on stream with.
Okay.
Is to try to get some clarification because I was going through finding that player's handbook and stuff and such. You were going through like skill sets and all that kind of stuff with Shadow.
What you got, Sean?
Okay, so I'm going to be playing as Mountain Lord. I've already got my attributes set out, strength, dexterity, and such like that. Now, saving throws and skills is where I didn't get filled out yet. And then also, was there something that was done with inspiration?
No.
Inspiration is completely dependent on you doing something so amazing that Danny thinks you deserve extra credit.
Yes, and I don't give it very much.
Okay.
So it's like this, all right? And Sith's hearing this for the first time too, I think. So inspiration is a blank box on there that if I feel like you did something amazing, you played your character well, or you pulled something off that I can't believe you pulled it off, like you planned it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. It wasn't just you rolled dice and it got good, right? You planned something and pulled it off, then I will award an inspiration point. And you'll mark that number 1 in your box. Now, if you happen to get a second one or third one later, you'll erase it and you'll put number 2, you'll put 3. But what you can do is you can cash in that inspiration during the game at any point. If you get a roll that you just plain don't like, you can re-roll.
So basically, inspiration is like an added bonus to your roll.
A mulligan?
Is that what you're saying?
It's a replacement roll.
Oh, it's a. Oh, okay.
So here's
if I
the thing.
roll like a Sparks 3, I can say, well, you know what? I've got inspiration. I'm just going to go and take that inspiration and re-roll and get a Sparks 5.
If you're level
Sparks
6,
20, come on.
If you're level 6, if you're level 6 and you fall off a cliff and you're hanging in the ravine by a vine and you roll a 1, but you've got that inspiration, you can re-roll that, and that's the opportunity to save this character from death.
Actually, I wouldn't even try to do that. If I'm on a cliff and I'm hanging by a vine, all I'm going to do is take my Warhammer off of my back with one hand and just swing it down from the spike on the rear side right into it, and I've got myself a nice little platform to stand on.
So here's the deal, but you rolled a 1. So that 1 means the platform.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, in that aspect, yeah, you're right.
Now, here's the thing. You could turn around and roll a 20 on that next roll after you cash in the inspiration. And the 20 would be the best thing possible.
Hey, dudes, I got a jet.
Something like Shadow, if he was using like that two-handed battle axe.
Sith's got to go, so I want to let him say something before he goes.
Yeah, sorry about that, Sean. Yeah. Lady Sith just mentioned, right, the meal that she's been cooking for 2 hours is ready, and I'm starving. But I'm going to watch the rest of this in the chat. So
cool.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. Sean, bro, I got 1,000,001 questions for you, so we got to get on another stream together, man. Actually, yeah, maybe Sean during this time can tell me how he even found the comic circle. Because I remember seeing you around 3 Men and stuff like that. So yeah, I would be curious.
You want to know? I'll answer that question real quick because that's easy. How I found you guys and everybody that I've been, you seen me in chat with, I found everybody honestly through Comic Dom, and that's the one bit of props that I will give to him.
Wow,
is the fact that he opens up the YouTube community if you're not familiar with it, to the people that you want to find and enjoy.
So you found Comic Dom, and then specifically, then where did you go from there?
Comic Tom into Gem into Gary, and then from Gary, with his live auctions about 6 months ago, right into 3 Men and such like that. It was the first auction I saw with Gary had
Roger.
Dave and Roger on it.
Okay,
yeah. Otto wasn't there that night.
Yeah, awesome, bro. Well, cool. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you like lived near them and went to a crawl or something like that. Nice.
No, Tampa.
Well,
completely opposite side of the East Coast.
We might be neighbors in 3 years or something. So,
No
yeah.
doubt.
Well, awesome, Sean. I mean, it's been great, like knowing you, on in the chats and in Instagram. I'm glad we finally were on a stream together here. So, hopefully, we'll be on more.
If Lady Sith's still in the chat, there's this Snoopy plush that I've had since I was a newborn.
Oh, wow, nice.
This is 43 years old.
It's older than I am.
You know what? I because I don't want to get too specific, but I have a similar themed tattoo of something from that whole world, and because I do, Lady Sith's got all the Peanuts plushes and all that around the place. So
I have one tat.
Peanuts cinematic universe.
Yes. So hey, but it sounds like we're going to be creating a Traveling Root Beer and Wes D&D cinematic universe. So that's cool. All right. Well, I'm going to go get me some grub, and I'm going to jump back in the chat in about 5 minutes when I get my plate ready. So awesome hanging out with you guys, Sean. Once again, man, it's awesome to be on the stream with you for the first time. So
Yeah,
I'll catch you guys later.
It was awesome. It was
See you
great
soon.
to see you, brother.
Yeah, you too. And Nola, thanks so much, man. Later. And the chat, thank you.
Can't
All right,
forget the
Sean,
chat.
what kind of character are you playing?
All right, I'm playing a Ronin Mountain Dwarf.
The hell is a
That's
Ronin?
why I have Ronin. I am ostracized by my clan, so I have no clan name other than the one that I gave myself.
So what
Because I am chaotic neutral.
Are you I'm Go ahead.
More or less, I'm chaotic neutral for the simple fact that I don't want to fall into the beliefs of the standardized religion and blacksmithing heritage and such. I feel that I need to go.
You want to be your own dwarf.
So, I want to go out and
Don't need
search
no clan
all
telling
of
you what to do.
blacksmithing and imbuing of those weapons throughout all clans. I want to find the knowledge from all clans and not just my own.
So, as a Ronin, are you what, like a fighter? Is that your
Barbarian? Barbarian smith is basically the way I wanted to boil it down. That's why with my third highest roll, I decided to put that 12 into intelligence, so I actually get that bonus into intelligence.
All right. So for saving throws, you've got strength and constitution.
Okay.
So bubble those two in.
All right.
And then from skills, choose 2 from any of those that are listed right there. Animal handling, athletics, intimidation, nature, perception, and survival. Any 2.
And any 2 from the skills. I would have to say it would be nature and perception. So I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Nature, and in skills, this is where I go ahead and put these down as nature and perception.
Yep, just color in the little bubble for now.
Yep. Done.
All right. So do you have your proficiency bonus written in?
Proficiency bonus, a +2.
Okay. So any of the stuff that you have bubbled in, you get your saving throw. I'm sorry. Bleh. You get your proficiency bonus plus whatever the corresponding attribute is.
Okay. So, like with strength, I have a strength of 17, so it would be a 17 plus the 2?
It would be your strength modifier.
Okay, so the +3.
Yes.
Okay, so +3 plus the +2, so a +5.
Right.
Okay. And then same for the constitution.
Right. And then the other ones are just whatever your modifier is without the proficiency bonus.
Okay.
And it's the same thing for the skills. If they're shaded in, you get to add your proficiency bonus. If not,
Okay.
it's just whatever the statistic is that's in barely readable gray ink off to the right.
Okay.
So
I'm definitely going to be learning Find Familiar. And it's going to be a cat.
Of course.
So then with the nature, I have the +1 for intelligence and then the proficiency bonus for
Correct.
a +3. All righty. And then since I have nothing in wisdom, it would just be a proficiency
bonus. Yep.
Okay.
It will be sad, though, when its hit points drop to 0 and it disappears, and then I have to reconjure it. But
now, see, that's where it kind of gets iffy, because with my backstory and such and what I'm trying to do, it just sucks that I can't grab history or religion as my skills.
Okay.
Because that's exactly where I would end up going. Since with dwarves, your smithing ends up being based in your religion and your history.
So this is what you're going to want to do if you haven't done it yet. Starting on page 127, it starts talking about backgrounds. Okay? And there's various backgrounds that you can kind of use to enhance your character. So what are the skills you're looking for?
History and religion.
Okay. See, like for an alkalite, you automatically get
insight and religion.
Insight and religion. So the thing is, if you can find one of those that correlates to your backstory, choose that as your background, and that'll help you fill in the skills that you're trying to get to.
Okay, so my background would enhance like proficiencies and stuff, and that's where I would put that in. Okay.
Yeah. So what? I know, and this is going to sound like I'm being a smartass and I'm being stupid, but I'm really not. Anywhere where you see that word proficiencies.
Yes.
That's when you can throw in your proficiency bonus on something. So you get that extra little oomph behind it.
Okay. So I could go through, pick a background, and then go into the skills for proficiencies and then fill those in as a circle and gain the bonus plus the proficiency.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Then I'll just sit here and be quiet as I'm scrolling through my player's book.
Yeah, I'm scanning through real quick to see if any of them stand out.
What were you trying to do?
History and religion.
Okay. Sage gives you Arcana and History. So that might be something to consider.
Actually, I would want to go more towards something basically religion first, since with smithing and dwarves, smithing and religion goes hand in hand with dwarves.
Yeah.
So does like mining and such like that.
So then probably more the Acolyte route.
Yeah, that's probably where I'm probably going to want to go with is Acolyte.
See, this is great. Like, I think everybody in this group is actually really wanting to play this right.
You're looking at Hermit?
And not just go hack and slash stuff.
You might be able to make Hermit work because that's medicine and religion.
And that kind of works with maybe the Ronin aspect.
The Ronin part, yes.
Yeah, exactly. So
and that was what was that one? Hermit?
Hermit.
Okay.
You get medicine and religion. An herbalism kit is your tool proficiency.
And well, you know what? That just fits in with the nature as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Languages, you get one of your choice. So you get an additional language that you understand. Equipment, a scroll case stuffed full of notes from your studies or prayers, a winter blanket, a set of common clothes, an herbalism kit, and
basically all the stuff you would have for surviving on your own with no.
Mm-hmm.
And that is me in a nutshell.
Right? No, this is me in a nutshell.
Oh, God.
So
you're ready to act out your character. Oh.
Oh, if I play the druid that I rolled up last time, there will definitely be some acting involved. If I do this other one that I'm thinking about doing, the one that I was kind of building today as we were doing it, then probably less. But that's just because it doesn't call for it.
Weren't you doing? You were doing a Fearbold, weren't you? Yeah. The what was it? The podcast that Caroline mentioned. I listened to the first episode, the Adventure Zone graduation, and they had the Fearbolg in it, and the guy voicing that, he did such a good job with it, like this deep voice, and like wasn't speaking like full sentences, and like, so it was pretty interesting.
All I know is I want a corn dog.
I just got some.
I know, man. What the hell?
Why didn't you send us any? Wait, where's our corn dog AOK?
That is absolutely nasty.
Yeah, vaguely Russian. Yeah, vaguely Russian, not full sentences, very deep voice. It's pretty cool.
Well, I've been doing a lot of research into the lore of the Furbolgs, and I think if I end up doing that, my voice will probably be kind of like a real slow sort of talking, lowered down a little bit. And
so under like other proficiencies, that's where I would add in like light armor, medium armor.
Yep.
Seeing as I'm a mountain dwarf, then the smith tools.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm sitting here nodding my head to a black screen. Yes. I'm like,
and then tool proficiencies I would add in there then too.
Yeah, pretty much. And look, there's nothing set in stone with all of that.
No.
The character sheets are set up to kind of make it simple. If you actually look at the second and third sheets, well, not the third sheet so much, because that's all spells.
All me.
There's like all kinds of stuff on the second sheet that you can use for, it doesn't have to be what it says it is. There's plenty of boxes there to keep track of various shit.
Yeah, and I'm not super rigid with this. I want your guys' sheet to look like you want it to.
So, for example, and again, you don't have to worry about what it says in the box. Just use the box. But, there's one for additional features and traits.
Oh, yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
That's where I would go and add in that I've only got like 4 teeth left or something like that.
There is a box on the second page for character appearance.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I want everyone to fill that out.
So
the appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was funny is I wrote stuff in that, and then I saw on the top, it's like, what's your eye color, skin color, hair color? And I was like, I just wrote that. So repeat, but I gotta add some other things in there. Vaguely Russian sounds like an indie band.
Are you serious, Sith? Are you joking? Or are you for real?
Honestly, it kind of does.
I feel certain that that's true. By the way, I'm guessing that your recent AOK just got its first taste of life in the Sith household.
Lady Sith AOK just got AOK.
And I'm actually going to have yellow eyes.
I mean, that's
blue eyes with gold speckles.
I mean, it sounds cheesy as hell, but the beauty of D&D and role-playing games is you really are only limited by whatever you want to limit yourself to.
Yeah.
If you can come up with a rationale for it, there's no reason not to try it.
Yeah. Like I said, the only thing I'm really rigid with is stuff like at the very beginning, like how we're setting it up, because it needs to fall into at least the mold that I'm presenting. After that, you guys can go hog wild with it. I'm not changing anything at all about how you set up the sheet based on the book, except for the thing about money, because that has directly to do with this campaign.
Yeah.
And like I said, I want everybody to play their characters. When I say play the characters right, it doesn't mean like there's a wrong way to play. It doesn't mean that. I just mean that like you can't be this epic dude who's done all this shit, but somehow you're only a level 1. Because it isn't going to work, man. You're going to play your character as if it's this awesome dude, and he's going to go to a town and get beat up by a guy at a tavern right away. Like you can't say like, "Oh yeah, I freaking left I left Thunder Mountain 6 years ago. And I left Thunder Mountain 6 years ago, and I got Thor's hammer while I was up there, and I did it because I slit Thor's neck.
Damn it, that was my backstory.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, well, you went into a bar, you started some shit, and a regular guy beat you up. A level 1 is only putting you slightly better than a regular person.
Instead of Thunder Mountain, I was on Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain.
Actually, I should probably go and add in under. I'm probably going to go and add in under my character name what my clan name used to be, since I no longer have a clan.
Well, then that could go under like allies and organizations, maybe. You could
No,
say formerly.
no.
Formerly.
Okay, because once you have been cast out by your clan,
right?
They
Right,
come
no, that's what I
across
mean,
you.
like-
You're lucky to kid out if you're still alive.
Right, like so it's like it was your affiliation, but it could be like you had it there and then you were eliminated from the. I just don't know. So like in that box, actually, speaking of that, so we've got like this here, and like what's this smaller box within the big box?
I don't know.
I know that's like probably up to whatever we want to do, but like, Danny, do you know?
That's your symbol. That's your symbol. So if you have like a crest or something like that for your family or clan, that's what you would add in there.
That's what
I had a player draw himself in that box.
And then what the name would be, like the name of the family?
They would actually draw themselves in
example-
the character appearance box, is what you're saying, right?
Well,
or
for
he
example-
made himself his sigil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeremy, for example, you could write Hufflepuff there and then draw the Hufflepuff logo.
Yeah, but I had a player actually draw how his character looked in that box.
Interesting. Let's see if I can
In
draw.
the character appearance box or in the
Figure.
symbol box?
No, I'm kidding.
I think he just did it in the symbol box because he didn't have a symbol.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you'll have allies and organizations get added in. Don't feel like you have to put that in now. Like there'll be opportunities for that stuff.
Gotcha. So we shouldn't really have, unless you did actually come from something in your backstory. You probably shouldn't have a ally organization thing yet.
Yeah, like if you've got something like that as part of your background, other than that, you can't be like, oh, well, I'm a member of, this elite league of knights that, we fought in a war and I've got 4 years of backstory doing that. That wouldn't work.
I'm a member of the Spine Ticks, as Sith says, allies and organizations, Spine Ticks.
See, now my sigil, since I am now my own solo clan, is going to be a hammer, a tong, and in the middle here. So it's going to be like an X, and then in the middle, my is Warhammer.
Nice.
It's all the little details that make it all come to life, man.
Yep. And then you'll die in the second session.
And thus is born K-Spark Citron.
I'm telling you, the way I'm telling you, the way I play this, I don't let people die easy early on. I just don't. And as it goes on, there's a threshold of worse and worse and worse. Something horrific would have to happen for you to die in the first 3 levels.
Yeah, dying's more when you get into like level 5.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 if you really just done screwed up. And
Yeah, it
had some
depends on what
crappy
you
rolls.
do, too. Your decisions. If you're absolutely stupid, then...
Yeah.
You had it coming.
So, yeah, Sparks, when you were showing your dice, I couldn't see them real clearly. I couldn't tell it was blue and red.
Yeah.
But here, look.
Nice.
This is why I was asking. I was like, you got the blue and orange ones?
Oh, no. I don't think they had that.
No, I bought them the other day.
So actually, yeah. So when I was getting these, Les was like, "Oh, is this why Chance was buying these?" And I was like, I didn't even know that you bought them. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh no, I went in like on Saturday.
Oh, gotcha.
Sith's saying that he's actually a member of a clan in real life.
He is.
He's probably
That's
the member
cool.
of about 1,000 clans from listening to him. But yeah, those are cool.
Oh yeah, that's neat.
Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, I went with like Spider-Man colors, you know.
Yeah, I said that immediately when I saw him. I was like, that's Spider-Man.
Gators.
For whatever reason, I can't turn the 20 the right way. There we go.
Miles or Peter?
Now, I might do a
Peter.
video where I was going to teach people how to balance their dice. Do you know how to do that, Chance?
Balanced dice.
No, well, sorry, not balanced, to see if your dice is balanced.
No, I have no idea.
It would not balance.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. So there is a salt water test that you can do where you take a cup of water with a lot of salt in it and you repeatedly drop dice in it to see how often it turns up to the same number. If it keeps turning up to the same number every time you drop it, then you have unbalanced dice. There's also a second way you can check it, and actually we can do this right now, no water required. You guys take a die, just take a die. Not that one. take your D20 and get a pen. Do you have a pencil and paper nearby? You better at this point. You're in trouble if you don't.
Paper and pencil?
Yeah. Okay. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to roll your D20 over and over and over again. And I want you to write down in a straight line what numbers come up. And if you get the same number you got before, write it next to the number. Like if you roll 12 twice, write 12 next to 12.
All right, I don't think I really want to stick my die in a cup of salt water.
Yeah. Well, this don't matter for you anyway because
that one's very unbalanced. It kept giving me ones.
Yeah, that one's not going to matter at all. So just keep doing this, say 10 or 15 times.
So
20
today, I just secured one of my trails that I wanted to pick up this year, which is awesome. I have to make installment payments on it, unfortunately, but who I'm getting it from is also going to be sending it into CGC for me in pre-screens.
Cool. That's
Star Wars 42.
That sucks. You've only got the subtitled version of Steins Gate. I was really hoping you'd been watching the English dub. That's awesome.
Well, I mean,
though.
I got halfway through with reading subtitles.
Yeah.
So I mean, if I'm getting halfway through an anime reading subtitles before I take a break, that's saying something for the anime.
Pick up the Blu-ray. Watch it in English. So what do you got there? So you hit 20 twice, 16 twice. Keep going. Do about 10 more.
I know it's broken because I haven't had a 1.
It does seem, just based on what I see, it seems weighted toward higher numbers a little bit, but it's still too few to know.
Well, I've got
Stop using the phone.
I've
Use the
got
dice.
three 16s right now. But I have 2 7s also.
Yeah, then that's a good sign that it's not unbalanced.
2 13s. Well, there's a 4. I haven't had one of those yet. 2. 6 goes to eBay for weighted dice. Did I make weighted die?
There are. You can watch videos of people rolling and get 20 every single time because the die is weighted for 20.
I don't know if the fact that it's rolling up against the book and rolling back sometimes, if that's affecting this. Probably.
No, that doesn't make that much of a difference. Just try to roll as clean as possible.
I'm trying. I've got 3 18s and 3 16s though.
See, with my main group, we actually have these little felt things that are they're flat, so you can put them in a backpack and snap up together and make little trays for dice to roll into.
I saw something like that. I just didn't. Comics Talk Weekly.
Yeah, he's Wesley's right about making weighted die in your oven. You can't do that. And now
I'm not.
Phil's still with us. I had no idea he was even there. Okay, let's see what we got here. Did you ever roll a 1?
No.
But you only rolled 2 20s?
Yeah, so that last couple, that second round, I didn't roll any more 20s.
Okay, that looks like a fairly balanced die.
I rolled a lot of 13s, which I'm okay with.
Okay, so that means it's balanced toward the center at least, but
I got at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 6s, 2 7s.
Yeah.
That's a fairly decent set.
So I'm willing to bet that if you put this thing in salt water, more times than not, it's going to roll up to 13.
Well, and another point then, I guess, is 18 and 13 are on the same point.
Yeah. So, okay. So here's a good point, okay? What is the opposite number of the 13 on the opposite side of the die?
It looks opposite. Wait, no.
8.
8.
How many times did you roll 8?
1.
Yeah, that die is leaning toward 13. But see, here's the thing. Where did you buy that at? Are those Chessex dice?
Hey, 17.
Yeah, they are.
So that's surprising because Chessexes are usually really, really balanced.
I mean, I don't know how long this has been sitting at the LCS.
No, they're fine. There's nothing wrong with them. Now, if you were rolling and like 1/3 of the rolls you got were above 15, I would seriously question whether you should use those die.
1/3 are above what?
Above 15.
Oh.
Because that would be, yeah.
Maybe.
I actually want to make my own.
Make your own die?
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
All right, later, Sith. He's checking out.
What is TNH?
I have no idea. I've never even heard of that show.
I mean, who that's doing his auction right now? I know that because I'm usually there.
Yeah.
Team
Nerd Herd?
Team Nerd Herd, yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
That would be it.
Well sorted out.
Okay, it's Thursday. This is a normal Team Nerd Herd night.
Wait, what did you say, Nola?
I said, well sorted out there, gentlemen.
Well, yeah, okay. I thought you were going to say, well, that excludes us.
We're
so my combat training proficiencies would be under other proficiencies and languages as well.
Sure.
Okay.
Anywhere, it doesn't matter as long as you can keep track of them. That's the deal.
Right.
Now you try and keep everything kind of grouped together so you know where it is all.
Yeah.
So you keep all your combat stuff in one little spot. You keep your spells in one spot if you're doing that kind of thing. Eventually, your character sheet is just going to be something you look at every now and then to make sure you remember it correctly.
It is.
Yep.
So, Jeremy, how's those dice looking?
I found 2 different Team Nerd Herd things. One's for a future thing. Oh, okay. 11 out of the total 29 rolls. So that's over 1/3.
Or
It's
above
just
15? It's just a slight weighting toward it's not too bad.
There's another 11. Hold on. I mean, it's law of averages, right?
years
You gotta keep going.
You haven't got a single 1 or a 2, have you?
5. So that's 11 out of 31. We're getting closer to that actual 1/3. There's a 7. So out of 32.
You haven't got any 1s or 2s?
I've gotten a 2. Ah, shoot.
No 1s.
I got
After
another
30 rolls and you got no 1s, then you definitely have some inadequately weighted die.
17. Which
is weird for Chessex.
12 out of 34. Oh, no, wait. That's 13 out of 34. This isn't looking very good for this D20.
In the long run, Sparks' bad aura will overcome the weighted dice.
Yeah, it wouldn't be crazy if you rolled a 1 immediately when we start this game.
I I've got all the good rolls out of my system, right? A 10. I haven't gotten a 10 yet, huh?
I was about to say, I'm aware that Danny is doing this under the guise of balanced die, but I happen to ascribe to the theory that there are only a certain number of good rolls in every die, and you're killing it.
I've never heard that one before. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I already got my 20s out. I got 2 20s in that first part. I haven't had a 20 since.
See?
Because I didn't hear about this before 20 years ago, but I'm almost considering changing from a hill dwarf or a mountain dwarf to a Durgar. Ooh, that would be interesting.
A what?
A Durgar, a gray dwarf.
Oh.
13 out of 39 rolls are over 15, or 15 are over.
Okay.
But there's also a significant number of 13s.
Why are there no? Yeah, it's weighted toward the 13, which is decent. That's toward the middle, but it's crazy you're not getting any ones.
No, that's a 4.
And you're just doing this with the D20. You got to do this with all the die.
I'm just doing it with the D20.
Yeah, exactly. But if you do it with all the die, that's telling also because the D20 is the most important, but still. So here's what I suggest, okay? And it's totally up to you.
Buying more die.
More die, rotate them, and then also throw in your phone. Go ahead,
roll the phone.
Roll a D20 on your phone right now. We'll see if you get a 1 quicker than you got a 1 then.
Oh, geez. Hold on a second. I'm throwing small objects on the ground for Doyle to eat.
Except I have 2 fairly balanced sets of die, and that's what you guys see me rolling all the time.
I got my whole set here. I'm going to remove that, 10.
You can go buy an individual D20. You don't have to keep buying whole sets.
That's true. That's an 8. Hey, I got a 1 on my D12 and a 1 on my D10.
If it's a diamond shape, it's a D8.
Nah, it's a D10.
Okay. It looked like you were holding the diamond one, too.
It's got the 0 on it.
That's a D, yeah. There's 2 D10s.
Dice roller. Oops, no, not you. Dice roller. All right, D20, let's do this. This is a fun experiment.
It is.
14.
Yeah, you use it with salt water. But I guarantee you that salt water, it would float toward 13 almost every time.
15. 9. 16. 12. Have I gotten a 12?
You're just rolling all your die at once?
I'd gotten 112. Yeah, just to see what the the D20 gives me.
God.
Shoot, where'd it go? 10.
This is riveting.
This is turned into
this is riveting YouTube content. It gets no better than this.
I just read Comic Talks Weekly comment from 9 minutes ago. And now 60 minutes of random dice rolling.
Yeah. This is going to stop here in a minute.
Oh, gosh. 16. I'm just going to roll the 1. Hey, there's a 2. There's a 5 on here. 9. 1.
With the die?
With the die.
Okay.
10 with that.
I was going to say because it was starting to look like it was weighted to where it wouldn't land on the 1, and you can't use that.
I know. I was like, can I get 1 in here? The good news is, I mean, not good for when I actually roll, but I haven't had another 20 either.
Yeah, because it's weighted toward the center.
And I got a 2.
Hey, Copy. I didn't even know you. What do you mean we're still at it? You weren't even in the stream earlier, were you?
Maybe he was silently watching.
Okay, let's see. Y'all.
Okay, now I'm getting low.
What's up, Copy?
What did I just tell you? Every die has a certain number of good rolls in it. If you're just going to,
so you just got 2 ones.
No, but I've been getting 3s and 4s. Now I got some 9s, 6. I haven't rolled anything over 10 since I rolled that 1.
Oh, by the way, Copy, congratulations. You showed up just in time for the most riveting YouTube content in the history of YouTube.
There we go. Another 13.
Yeah, it's weighted toward 13. It's cool that you know that, though, now. You should try the saltwater thing sometime.
Oh, well, I guess I have salt and I have water, so.
Well, yeah, that would be the components.
Wow,
and another 13.
And this is a man who teaches other people how to make pharmaceutical drugs.
Man, that makes it sound horrible. Yeah. So yeah, I would just pick up another D20 and use it with that set because that, and then maybe throw in the phone every now and again just to keep it truly random.
I'm telling you, if I throw in the phone, I'm just gonna throw the phone in. See, it gave me a 16 when I did that.
You think Sparks only has 100,000 books?
I wish.
You got way more than that.
No.
That's a lot of books.
That's
He's
a
keeping
lot.
inventory. He knows he doesn't have that.
I know 100,000 books wouldn't fit in the boxes that I have.
I mean, it's probably a minimum of 30 long boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually don't own a single long box, by the way. I just have short boxes.
Really?
It fits better.
Well, at least you're not going to end up like a certain someone on a show that we're not necessarily affiliated with that looks like they're going to drown in short boxes if they fall over on them.
That could be a couple people.
Huh?
That could be a couple people.
Yeah, don't say it if you think you know who it is. But
there's plenty of people in the community that have displays of lots of boxes behind them.
There's no one that I or any of the people in this video right now associate with that has it like I'm talking though. I'm talking about where like their life would literally be on the line if they even like move their chair slightly.
Okay, so maybe I don't know who you...
Dude, I know a ton of people that have entire storage lockers stuffed with long boxes and short boxes.
That's fine, but they don't have it behind them on camera.
I don't have a storage unit, so
I have a fear of my floor collapsing and falling through.
Okay, Phil, if that was the case, it would just be that extra bedroom. No big deal. Yeah, Lewis,
did he already do his stream?
Come on back, Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis, you're welcome to come back if you're done with the.
We're just chilling, finding out that my D20s may be a little lopsided.
Sounds like the Lewis wasn't even there for a whole hour.
Where do they have a list of the languages in this thing?
You looking in the player's handbook?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll tell you.
I think it's is it early on or is it in the background stuff?
I think it's in the background stuff.
Because I'm looking through the contents and I don't see the languages in here at all.
Lewis, he says he's on another podcast. Yeah. Lewis associates with people so far outside of the circle that I hang with that I don't even know who these people are, man. Like seriously, I've seen Lewis post things on Instagram and like tell us about things that like, how do you even know these people? Like they're like whole other podcasts we've never even heard of before.
Oh, he has a lot of like art group kind of people too.
Yeah. Well, it's like SCG last night had this guy on AA. Never heard of him before.
123.
I followed him though.
Okay, thank you, Sparks.
Nola's pointing to it too. We found it at the same time. I've heard of AA. I don't.
Here we go.
Follow too closely. I might be subbed to him on here, but
he's got good taste in Batman because they were having a Batman discussion and somebody asked him top 5 favorite Batman writers and I listed my 5 and he pretty much was exactly in alignment with what I said.
Nice.
So really what you're saying is that you have good taste in Batman stuff.
I say that I have the taste that I have in it, and he has good because it lines up with mine.
Right, exactly. So by the transitive property.
See what you're doing there.
Yeah, Lewis, that'd be cool.
It's always one of the interesting things about the internet comic community is how bubbled it is.
Yeah.
It's like little groups of people that all associate with each other, and very few people that kind of bounce around and kind of live in multiple.
I think one person who does that really good is No Good.
Yeah.
He's like actually earlier, I was watching him before I was on here. While you guys were doing stuff, I was like multitasking. So they were started with just a Rican in his comics.
Mm-hmm.
And then went to John's comics with kids, and they had some like, I think what was it, Old Wolf something? I forget what. There's like a number at the end of his name. Then they had some like guests that filled in like the 7:15 and 7:30 time slots or something. There's 15 minutes, and it's like you watch one, you hop to the next, you hop to the next, you hop to the next.
You want to say hi?
And so I might actually, I might be doing that at some point. It sounds like Justin.
Poppy! Poppy!
I swear he. Where did I see that? I swear I had a message.
That's my turn.
But I might be hopping on just a Rican and his comics on Sunday. He does like a Sunday shout out kind of show. But so there's a whole nother like loop of the community that they kind of have their bubble. Southern Comic Geeks in that bubble too. But there's a little bit of crossover, so it'd be cool to bridge that gap.
I think we've now descended into where the only people watching us is people in the stream, except for Phil.
I was gonna say I'm not watching us, but then I just realized I have us up on YouTube right here on this other screen.
I don't have it up. There's someone else just popped in.
Normally I have it up on my phone, and so that's why I was like, oh, there's his messages. They weren't showing up. But yeah, so I don't know. I might try to do that one time and see what's going on that side of the community, right?
Caroline's still here.
Yeah. She's getting ready to sleep, it sounds like.
Yeah, that's cool. I think
we're
going to get anyway.
It
is the 3 hour mark, and we've done all we've set out to do here.
Let me answer my talk real quick. He said, "Did you get Hollow Heart?"
On your
he's hijacking. He wants me to show books. If
Oh,
you
yeah,
were
that one,
watching earlier, I showed off Hollow Heart.
You showed books on your own channel. We haven't shown books over here.
No.
So as my third language, I wrote down Primordial.
This is just awesome. It's like classic. Like you're so used to making that motion. Like,
yeah.
He said a yes or no will do. Too late, Phil. Too late. Yes, I enjoyed it.
You give Sparks the chance to show a book, he will not hesitate to do so.
So next week is Noctera, right?
It should be, I think. Let me see.
I'm ready for it.
If it's not, it's the week after.
I got a ton of stuff I need to read between now and then, but I'm ready for it.
Next week is the 24th.
Go for a bathroom break and Sparks are showing books. Well, I go for a Sparks for showing books break and come back to a bathroom.
Wait, what? Oh man.
There's 4 constants that I've come to be able to guarantee when watching a stream. If Sparks is on, he will show a book every chance he gets.
Thanks, Caroline.
I don't mind because he's got some amazing books to show off, so I love it.
Oh, me too.
Butcher to go and do something completely unexpected and get a stream banned.
Yeah.
Josh Graf to take every chance he gets to grab them books and shove them into bags. And Sith to find those clips.
Yeah.
Because he's a He's a clip monger.
Well, I was gonna say, man, like they could have if they ever wanted to master perpetual energy, they could just bring in Professor Sparks, and he could just like show books and generate energy that way. It's just like that. It's like a power plant.
Doing my best Josh Grab over here.
Sparks is going full on Josh Grab now.
Yeah, he is.
What was that? I forget what stream I was on. I don't know if it was Spine Tick. No, it wasn't Spine Tick. Yeah, it was. It was backstage though, so this didn't make it live. We were trying to talk about something, and before the show started, there was a bunch of noise going on, and Sith was like, "Yo, who's bagging in Borton Comics?" It was freaking Eric, man. He really was doing it, but
Yeah.
off, and you could just hear.
Yeah, it was one of the Spine Tick shows. I don't remember when.
But it wasn't live. It was backstage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna jet off of here.
I think it's time.
Yeah, cool. Well, we accomplished much. So
Thank
everyone
you for the
that's
help,
been
Nola.
watching,
Much appreciated.
yeah, everyone's been watching. Thank you. It's super cool that you guys made it this far, and hope you guys are excited for tomorrow night's Star Wars game. And then we're going to be wrapping that up pretty soon and getting this D&D on the roll.
Keep on rolling.
Yeah. All right. Later.
Do hand
Have a
motion.
good night.